What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Monday Night Wave. We have now made it to episode 10, people. 10.
10.
Ty Dillinger, shout out. I go by your host, Jay, a.k.a. Loner Beats, a.k.a. the producer, a.k.a. the babyface. Yeah, man, welcome to the show. And I'm going to tag off to my partner here. Go ahead, take it away.
Now tell me he did not just say that. Hey, I mean, so much introduction I could do, I'm the king of gorgeous, your mother's favorite heel, as they like to say.
God damn it,
the
man.
wild card in Mr. Sexy Ass Lottery hero. Now, Lona T, we coming for you, nigga. And when I do, I'm gonna ask you two questions. The first question, what do you want to pot about?
Oh, shit, man.
The second question, can you dig it, sucker? Hey, welcome to the Monday Night Wave, everybody. Glad to be back.
Gotta give him the poetry snaps on that. That was great. Oh, man, I'm excited for this episode. We got some good stuff to talk about. But to kick it off first, people, we're going to kick it off with our questions as we always do. And today's episode's question is top 5 wrestling themes. Now, these are, well, at least from my list, I can't speak for his list. My list are more modern, so I don't have any retro or anything like that. However, I do have some bangers here. And we're going to blow your mind, Doc. You know we have honorable mentions here as well, okay? So, yeah. Because you went first last episode, I'll go first this episode.
Okay.
So, to kick off my top 5 wrestling themes, number 1 on this list, Finn Balor. I like the, not Judgment Day theme song, but the actual Finn Balor theme song with the lights and,
Okay, so his original theme.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Number 2 on my list is Rhea Ripley.
Nice.
So, this is my brutality. That's actually on my gym playlist. Like, that's a solid one.
Oh, yeah.
This one is everybody's favorite right now, and it's catchy as hell. I like it is what it is. Cody Rhodes, down straight. Kingdom is wow, like that shit is fucking amazing, bro. Number 4 is Bobby Roode, Glorious. Oh, I'm so sick that like Bobby, like I know he was hurt, and I know he's also working backstage, but I would love to hear Glorious one more time. I love Glorious.
Yeah.
Now, before I get to my last one, my honorable mentions are Io's solo theme with the 808s and everything. That shit was fucking dope.
Tokyo Shock.
Yeah. And of course, the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Freakin Rollins, makes the honorable mention. And I was going back. I listened to like a couple of Seth songs, and I was like, I love the original "Burn It Down" when it first came out, and I was kind of sick that his theme song had changed. But going back and listening to it, his current theme song is way better.
Yeah,
I love the current one way more than I love the "Burn It Down."
I like all 3 of them. They all suit me different for different reasons.
Now, to finish the list, it's funny because this superstar has 2 of my favorite theme songs. I guess they all count as one in this time around. Bray Wyatt. Now, the Gator Man promo, where that one is the one, but the one I really love is the Fiend. Like Fiend theme song, the Hurt, the Heal,
super fire.
Oh my God, that was great. The whole theme package was just amazing, but that theme song really sold it for me. Rest in peace to Bray Wyatt. Much love to his family out there. That man is a legend in my eyes.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, what do we got for you? What you got? What's going on?
All right. Okay. So I made a lot, but that was only because I wanted to make sure we didn't have any repeats.
Did we have any repeats?
Yeah. Of course. I have all 3 Finn. I have all 3 Finn songs on my list. I love all 3 of them. I have Io's. Wyatt's. But yeah. So And you know, I was like, man, he's probably gonna choose Stone Cold. Like everyone loves Stone Cold, everyone loves The Rock. So I was like, okay, I gotta think out the box. And I feel like Seth, I can't do. I mean, Seth is a cheat code. I
It is a
can,
cheat code,
but you know, you guys know, I'm a Seth stan. I walked out to his song at my wedding, so I feel like it's
which is
fair.
a great clip.
Thank you.
Great clip, by the way.
Thank you. All right, so here we go. All right, so I'm going Sexy Boy HBK.
Yeah.
That was almost the song I walked out to. It was between that or Seth's song. And I was like, I'm
both of it cool too.
Sexy Boy. Yeah, that's a banger.
Remember the Kurt remake? I'll make your ankle hurt. I'm just sexy Kurt.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna go with Shane McMahon. Here comes the money.
Really?
Dollar, ching, ching. Hey, there's something. Hey, that one is fire to me. I'll give. That song is fire. All right, so that's 2. Oh man! All right, this one's gonna be really obscure, and this is for people who are like, you had to be paying attention to the old to the Attitude Era, but it's so good to me, and it's the theme song for Billy and Chuck. It is so
good to me. Yeah.
That shit is so fire. It is such a so good to me. It's fire, bro. I was bumping it the other day because I was like, I had to think of the list.
That's a very obscure one. You got to be a real fan to know about Billy and Chuck. Like, yeah.
Then 4, man, there's so many. I'm gonna go with DX. I mean,
yeah, iconic. You know, the original, the Run DMC version.
Yeah,
yeah, solid list. Okay, before you get to your last one, give me the honorable mentions. What you got?
All right, so my honorable mention, and okay, it's an honorable mention because he never technically walked out to the ring to this, but it's when WWE they did a certain album to where they like certain stars like remixed their songs or sung their own songs or something like that, right? And so I'm choosing Rikishi's "Put a Little Ass on It." Oh, like a baby, like a baby. Put
that was on the
CD. On it.
Yeah.
Bro, that song is fire.
Put a little ass on it. It's fucking wild.
And then I'm gonna go with for my other honorable mention because there's so many good songs. I'm gonna go with the Best Friends theme from AEW. I really like that song.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I do. And then for my last, I'm gonna go with Judgment Day as the group song, the other side. I love that song.
That is a good one.
That was Edge's last greatest thing he did in his WWE run, as far as I'm concerned, was choose that song.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my list.
All right. I like it. Yo, if you're listening, we want your list. Give us your top 5 themes in the comments on YouTube. Add me on Twitter. All the links for all that's down below in the description or whatever you're watching. It's there. I want to hear. I want to see what y'all got, because Put a Little Ass on it is very that's a random one. That's a deep cut.
It's a deep cut, and please listen to it if you never heard it. And same with Billy and Chuck's. Listen to it if you never heard it. They're both bangers. Like they're so
Billy
good.
and Chuck is a good one. That's a pull, bro. That's crazy. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna get into the news. I'll say it's a slow news week. We got some stuff in here, but nothing like too crazy and whatnot. Let's see what we got here. First thing I want to shout out is that we have breaking news from like Prestige Wrestling, which is an indie promotion up here in the Northwest. They have entered into a strategic partnership with Deadlock Pro Wrestling and West Coast Pro Wrestling, which are three indie companies. Massive shout out to them. That's a really big deal for the indie scene. Before your stars were superstars, they were on the indie scene. So definitely go out and check out your locals. You know, it's really dope to support the wave and the scene before they become like who they're destined to be. I know I'm gonna check out some indie shows. I think we were talking last week about like Prestige and whatnot.
Yeah,
So
they come in May. They come here in May something, and it's on a Sunday, so I'll be off. So I'm down to hit that.
might have to put some PTO in and go check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to them. Hopefully we can catch y'all in on some shows and whatnot. What you got?
The other one. So yeah, the other cool news, I guess, is that NXT Battleground is going to take place at the UFC Apex Arena, which I have no idea what that really is, but that's going to be on June 9th. And I mean, yeah, that's just cool. And it just shows the further entanglement between TKO and WWE and how they're doing business. So I think that's pretty cool. And especially for the NXT stars, because, they don't travel that much. Sometimes they do house shows and, the takeover, I mean, like Stand and Deliver, that'll be in Philly and stuff like that. But yeah, they don't travel too much. So that's cool for them. I thought that was a cool
It's definitely interesting. I think like the image I seen was like them in the octagon. I was like, I hope they're not wrestling in the octagon. I'm pretty sure they won't. So it's definitely good to get them out and get them like, ready for the travel. I could only imagine coming from NXT and being thrown at the main roster and you're like, yo, I am not used to like, moving like this.
Yeah.
So that's really dope for them. I can't wait to see how that turns out. We have Cody Rhodes signed his extension. He said that he wanted to retire at 40, I believe. I think this extension puts him a little bit past that, and he acknowledged that. I like the idea that a lot of these wrestlers are thinking about, like, just family. Like, that's one of the biggest things for them is that, like, man, I've been wrestling. I'm trying to, like, spend some time with my kids. And I think that's a really dope move because, we've seen with our legends and, like, how much they kept going and, like, they weren't spending time with their families and whatnot. And I would guarantee that a lot of them would tell you that, yeah, I love the business, but, I wish I could have left at 39, and just chilled with my family.
Missing birthdays and stuff like that. It also shows testament. Well, I don't want to say shows testament, but in this new era, especially under this new regime, if we're just talking about WWE, then they've been getting a lot more breaks and a lot more time off and stuff. So I feel like that's probably what helped Way, make his decision. Where like, yeah, I could go past my original date because they have Christmas off now. They can make important dates if they have a mental health thing. They can get time off. And just shit like that and especially when you're a top card, if you're like a Roman Reigns, like you're not there as much because you don't have to be, so you have plenty of time off. So Cody's going to be at that level soon-ish. So
I would also think that like the ability to have like part-time wrestlers now, like I don't think that was a thing, Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era. I think like honestly probably with like Brock started the whole part-time wrestling shit. At least that's when I first started seeing it. Before then, everybody was supposed to be there every day of the week, wrestling 4 days a week, and then going home on that Wednesday, Thursday, whatever the case, whatever the split was. So yeah, definitely. Shout out to the people looking after their families. Shout out to Cody for getting an extension. And the man's not done yet. Going to finish that story.
No, now we just need to re-sign Drew and Becky because their contracts are still coming up. I think Seth's come up this year as well.
Him and Becky, if I'm not mistaken, I thought they both were in June.
Yeah, I think so.
And those are three heavy hitters that I'm pretty sure they're going to resign. Those are no-brainers, bro.
I don't think they're going to go anywhere.
No. And and anything's possible, but I know for a fact those are WWE lifers. And I think I'm only speaking from how I would look at it. Seth and Becky have a daughter, and it's like I want to spend time with my family as well. So like, them trying to figure out the part-time schedule and whatnot. Drew even said that he hasn't resigned yet because he's thinking about his family. Like these are all older individuals who are just trying to spend quality time with their family. And it's funny because some of them are like, industry like sons and daughters to where like they've seen that their parents are not around. So they're just trying to fix the mistakes that they've been through, or they've seen the stories or hearing the stories. So yeah.
And a lot of them have family out of country too, like Drew. He's from Scotland. Becky, she's from Ireland and stuff. So shit like that. And then the last news, I guess, because so we they mentioned it a while ago, but it just popped back up because I completely forgot about this. But WWE announces that WWE Speed, which is an exclusive event only on X, FKA Twitter. It's exclusively on Twitter, and then that's April 3rd, and essentially it's 1v1 matches. And they have to win the match within 3 minutes. There's a 3-minute time limit per match, and whoever wins it, they're gonna get a title to put on their wall or something.
How do you feel about the 3-minute matches or the 3-minute speed title?
It's a interesting gimmick. With people like, to me, this would fit like cruiserweight type people. I heard that Ricochet and someone else was in a match recently. I don't remember who the other person was, but like those are the kind of people that I would think of, like a Ricochet and like just versus a Rey Mysterio, so something quick. But honestly, I'm willing to. Well, I don't know, because last time they did something on a different social media, I really didn't watch it, and that's when they did like the mixed match on Facebook.
Tag challenge, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't watching that. It might be a little easier for me to watch it on Twitter because I'm on Twitter more. But
True.
I think it's an interesting concept, and I wonder if it really means anything or if it's just a regular promotion. Because like they get a title, and I'm like, okay, it's a cool prop. I mean, I guess, but if it doesn't, it doesn't mean anything. It probably doesn't mean anything. It probably is just a cool little promotion, which is fine.
So I guess my quick thoughts on it is that like I don't want it to be like a gimmick title. Like we've seen 24/7, we've seen those things and how they are perceived by like the fandom. With the 3-minute speed title and you threw names out there like like Ricochet, that makes sense because he's a quick wrestler. You would fit that mold. But I also hate seeing that happen to those kind of talents too. It's like, oh, you're good, but we're gonna throw you on speed. Like Cedric Alexander, we ain't seen you in a while. You want to wrestle on speed? Like, give them opportunities. I guess this is an opportunity, but I just don't want it to be the gimmicky, like, people that don't get the spotlight. This is your moment on 3 minutes of fucking speed wrestling. And only time will tell. This first match, it could be fucking 2 mid-carders, 2 mid-majors, and you'd be like, oh shit, they're changing like the idea of this entirely.
Yeah. It says all your favorite superstars, but I doubt that we see all our favorite superstars.
Yeah.
But we'll see some talent. I think it's a cool thing to like get, just like how a couple years ago when Carmella and Bianca wrestled during Rolling Loud or whatever. I think it's a cool way to get some exposure.
Right. And it's
quick. It's like it's quick in the sense where it's like obviously people's attention spans are very low, especially on the internet. And so just like TikTok, like the longest TikTok video is maybe 5 minutes. So I think that's part of the gimmick to where it's like we just want someone to scroll and like, oh, see this quick 3-minute video and be like, oh, that shit was awesome. I might watch this show now, and then
scroll past.
And then
exactly. And it makes sense because I'm not watching 10-minute Rock promos, but 3-minute wrestling matches you might get me. So I understand from that aspect of like people's retention of shit is really quick and really short anyway. Throughout these matches, maybe you see like I don't expect it, but maybe see Roman in a 3-minute match. Like it's perfect for building up stars. I can see Bronson Reed in something like that, like 3-minute, like little like squash matches just to like make him look bigger and whatnot, or build up his superstar. It made me question, like, do you think we'll ever get a mid-card, like, women's title?
I would like one. I still would like them to fully flesh out the women's tag so that feels important. But I would also like, I wouldn't mind it. But during this book tour, one of Becky's comments recently was talking about like how women just need more stories that don't involve titles, and that's also true too. Because I mean, NXT, she pointed out how NXT is a good example. Like, yeah, there's a title feud with some people, but there's so many other stories going on with the women there that don't involve a title at all. And we're seeing some of that now with like the Candice LeRae indie stuff versus Maxine, but not too much of it. And I feel like there's enough talent that we can have stories that don't involve titles, so that we don't have 1,000 titles like some of the other promotions. But a mid card for the women, I think, would be super cool. And I don't want it to be an IC because everyone is always like, oh, let's get a women's intercontinental. And I'm like, I'd rather it be something different.
Something new.
Yeah, just like how AEW has international, or bring the European title back, or I don't know, just
I like that.
something. Yeah,
The European being women's exclusive, I think that'd be kind of cool.
just something so that's not just the the opposite gender version of a belt, like the women's US. No, we don't need a women's US title. I mean, you can give us a
Nah.
women's like North American title, even though that's on NXT, so I guess that wouldn't count. But something like that.
Yeah, I like that idea. I think that like if we've heard plenty of people say it, that if WWE has the best women's division in the world, I would want to give them as many tools as possible that they can go out and perform and show that. Not saying titles are needed for that, but like give them mid card, let them boast up this their fucking prestige and their talent. But like you said, that also comes with fleshing out other shit that you already have. Before you get the mid card women's, we got to flesh out the tag titles and make it so that that's actually on it can float on its own.
Yeah, I want like 6 legitimate teams.
Yeah,
or something, and then create an ecosystem from there, and then fleshed out, make that shit feel important, so that's not just props and people. Like, it's damn near the Madden curse of titles. Every time someone holds it, somebody gets injured, or they break up, or they get released, or some shit.
That's like, funny. That shit just hit me. The Madden curse. That's funny. Yeah,
it's like, so if you make it feel important, what you mean when it was on Sasha and Bailey, or Mercedes and Bailey, or Mercedes, or the time that Mercedes and Naomi, they felt probably the most important. But there's no reason why Asuka and Kari can't make it feel important, because I love them and they're fucking cool as shit. So just
true.
Yeah, I don't know. They just gotta
push it, flesh it out. Give us like other tag teams. Give us like beefs. Give me a women's tag team rivalry. Like give me like and this is just an example. People don't take my word for it, but like how we had the fucking Matt, Bubba, Edge, and Christian. Like give me like a core women's like tag team that just beef with each other just to be the best. Similar to like how we have New Day Usos. Like that was a thing. New Day, Bludgeon Brothers. Like just give me
6 women that hate each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right.
Oh.
So
okay.
I guess it's getting into Raw.
We're getting to Raw. Quick note: I want to give a shout out to Triple H, man. Like shit, without the post VKM has been not bad. There has been some moments where I'm like, this is bullshit, but overall, not as much bullshit as the VKM, and I gotta give him respect on that. The shit's looking a lot better. The camera shots are better. The writing feels a little bit better. Yeah. So shout out to the new regime over there. I see what y'all doing. Keep doing your shit.
Yeah. This episode of Raw was. I mean, I've seen and heard a lot of people talk about this episode as one of the best in a very, very long time, from as far as like start to finish, not just for one moment, but from from start to finish. The show was hot, and the crowd helped too. They were they were in Chicago. This is the second time they were. Yeah, last time they were in Chicago was Survivor Series, and they sold out to the point where they had to add extra areas and stuff. And yeah, that happened again.
This Raw is what I don't know if you were went out with somebody and they'd be like, bro, last night was a movie. Now this was literally a movie. This episode of Raw was for sure a movie, and it was definitely enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the show starts. The show opens up with Cody. Cody brings up Roman being on Pat McAfee's show. Cole gets a shout out, and where he's like, yeah, everyone loves Cole. And essentially he's like, I do all this for a reason. I pretend to be champion, and that's because our champion isn't here. He's talking. He's saying a lot of super cool babyface stuff to get. There's a point during the promo to where he gets the entire arena sold out to point to the WrestleMania sign with him.
Yep.
And I'm like, that is the superest baby face anime good guy shit I've ever seen in my life. Like it's just, and it's just. It gives off aura, as they say, Yeah, it was cool shit. And then The Rock comes out, and what did you think of? Yeah, Mad Pop. The entrance is tweaked again and even better.
Look, okay, so it's way better, and I think why it was better is that they lowered the maybe the height of the entrance. Like it doesn't seem like the video panels were really high. Everything was like ground level.
Yeah, that's because they had adding the extra seats and shit.
It was fucking crazy. So like, Rock got a crazy fucking pop. The entrance was dope based on the way they panned it out to like the visual of it. Like, he probably has one of the best like return entrances in a while.
Yes,
I think he's probably hands on with it a lot too.
Yeah, it gave Final Boss, it gave Thanos. It felt like, oh, that's that's that guy, that's that nigga. Like you man. And he was not announced for the show. So besides it just being The Rock and getting a huge pop, I know the reason why the pop was so huge because he was not announced at that show. He was
shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, he wasn't supposed to be there, so it was like super. Like, so as a fan being there, that's another reason why they're like, it's like, oh, we're getting Punk and The Rock. Holy fuck! Oh my god!
Mm-hmm. Damn! Yeah, that's money.
Yeah, man, yeah. I'll say that for later. But yeah, The Rock comes out, super dope ass entrance, amazing. He comes out, he whispers something very sweet in Cody's ear. It made his groin tingles, according to certain sources. And then he just walks off. And then
did you read his lips?
I tried to.
I did. I can tell you what he said. For some reason I'm really good at that.
He said he was gonna make you bleed or something, right? Or
yeah. So like from the lips, from pause. From what he was saying, it looks like he said, "Tonight I'm gonna make you bleed." And I was like, that's a very interesting thing. I was like, that's a weird thing to fucking say. I didn't get it, but all right. Show continues.
Yeah, show continues. The Rock comes out. Homegirl tries to get a media interview. He's like, what did you say to Cody? And he's like, go ask Cody.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Did she ask Cody later? Or was it
later in the show.
It was later. Well, essentially, she asked Cody, and he's like, "It wasn't. I don't want to repeat it, but it's something. It's a promise that he can't keep, which is more foreshadowing to when we get to the end of the episode." But so after that, we get. Did you want to say something?
No. Go ahead.
So after that, we get a behind or a backstage moment. Judgment Day is playing darts. Mommy asked Dom, like, why didn't he tell her about helping Santos on Friday? He's like, I'm sorry, Mommy. It was just a thing. It was. I just wanted to make Judgment Day proud and get some chicken tenders. Priest tells Big Head to win this match. Everyone in the group is like, man, just get a W, my nigga. Like, please.
Yeah, please.
just get a win.
God.
So, yeah. And I wrote that Finn, there was a point where Finn, he was going like full angry dad. Like angry dad when you're at when they're at your sports game and they don't like that the coach is not giving you time or something, So, it was good. He had some big dad energy. And so yeah, that's it for the match later where we get Jade versus Ricochet. Well, that wasn't later. It was pretty much right next.
Yeah, right.
It was yeah. So
next segment.
Rick versus Big Head. They make another Puma match where someone says, "Oh, he's quick as a Puma."
And where they? Yeah. I want to know where they're going with this. Like, we all know that. Well, not everybody knows that. That's what he was in. Was it AAA? Was Prince Puma?
Lucha Underground.
Yeah, Lucha Underground was. Ricochet was known as Prince Puma. He wore a mask.
He didn't talk at all.
Nothing. But the man was a fucking phenomenal athlete. Still is a phenomenal athlete. But the shit that you've seen from Prince Puma was also fucking crazy. Yeah. So that's where the Puma reference is coming from.
What it means, I don't know. I mean, I think I think it's just one of those like nods,
little jabs.
Yeah, just like, hey, if you're one of those nerds that have been paying attention, you'll understand this reference. Just the right. Captain America gif. I understood.
Yeah,
I understood that reference. Yeah, I understood that. Or shit. He goes heel. He puts that mask on, baby. I don't know. Shit. Fuck it. Give me something different.
He might.
I would be mad.
Heel.
Yeah,
it might. That might be what his character needs, is that he can just fucking be a bad guy. But we'll see. What'd you feel about this match, though?
Yeah, super great match. Well, Yeah, I thought it was a really fucking awesome ass match. Way too many spots to even write down. One of them was a top rope poison Rana. That shit looked amazing.
Was that the reverse Hurricanrana?
Yeah, it's like the reverse Hurricanrana that he like. That shit was fucking fire. Jade, I think, did a Spanish fly at some point that was fire.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It was Canadian Destroyer spot.
Canadian Destroyer spot, which you don't see as much in WWE. So it's, there's something, foreshadow to something else you don't see much in WWE. So it was like refreshing, or I wouldn't say refreshing, but it was like, oh, it was just like, oh shit, Destroyer. And I'm not a huge fan of Destroyers, but when you don't see it that often, then it's like, oh yeah, cool, Destroyer. Yeah, it is what it is.
Exactly. Yeah. I got like JD is just selling his ass off in this match. He's orchestrating a lot of these spots with just his like athleticism. And not saying that Ricochet's not doing that as well, but like JD was really showing that he can do a lot of this shit. He can go.
Yeah, he's a great talent, and it's not hard to like get right into the right spot when you have your head that weighs you into the right direction.
The pendulum. Hey, that'd be his finisher. The pendulum.
I don't think isn't that Moxley's move?
Maybe. I gotta look that up. I'm thinking of like a headbutt. That's like the pendulum. That'd be fucking crazy.
Oh no, I think it's the paradigm.
Paradigm. Yeah,
okay.
paradigm shit.
I knew it started with a P. Yeah. It was a fire ass match. I don't have anything else. Or
no, it's just the moonsault spot off the turnbuckle for the win. Like Ricochet flipping his ass off. Like he's fucking solid, bro.
Yeah, and Dom gets kicked out at some point.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he does a shooting star cross body. That's how he got that win, and that shit is just a wild athletic feat to even.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was. I had moonsault, but no, you're right. It was a shooting star because he flipped like up.
He flipped and then like turned his whole body sideways. Yeah. That is
that man is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. He's a superhero. Jade's a superhero. Like if oh man.
Ricochet was 20 years older, we would have had classics between him and Ray.
Man, I was just thinking like
that would have been
choose 5 to be a power like a team of Power Rangers. Jade and Ricochet situation. they're on that list.
This is the Power Rangers. Oh shit. From there, I got the Punk promo. Is that what was up next?
Yes. Right quick before the Punk promo, they did a shot of the crowd, which besides that shot and what comes up next with Punk, if I'm TK, I'm sick. I'm looking at I'm home. I'm cutting up that powder sick, getting ready to tweet Eric Bischoff. We should actually talk about that. Anyway, we'll just move past. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Eric, like, no, fuck it. Here we go.
They're both bitter.
For sure. One is like bitter because like he had the idea first and he failed to execute his ideas. The other one is like, you're not gonna keep shooting at me and I'm not gonna say shit. And Tony's he's very sensitive about his shit, and I get that. But we've talked about it before. Just stop tweeting at these people. You know what responses you're gonna get from certain individuals, but he just loves to like feel the fire with it. And some of the shit, Tony, like I said, Tony's got to chill out.
It does help. Like I feel like it does help with engagement to a degree.
True,
because he did it. He usually does it on a night where a show is on. Like
that's fair. That's he could be trolling.
There is, as they say, there is no bad publicity, quote unquote. But yeah, I just thought it was funny. He randomly chose to have Twitter fingers because he started it. Like Eric didn't even say anything at that moment.
Eric's been taking little subtle shots, and Bischoff is always one of those ones where like he think he can't get touched. It's like, bro, you can get the same, discourse. Because like I said, WCW was great. All the talent you see in WWE started in WCW. At least not all of them, but a good 75% of them. You had the fucking blueprint. Goldberg, you had the greatest. Fuck, that's a question. Like biggest cultural impact, DX or NWO, like. Who
I'm choosing DX only because like everyone on the planet literally talks about how they got in trouble for doing the cross chops.
Everybody I definitely got suspended for doing the second chop.
If everyone in the country and over and even more is always we all have that same story to me.
It's true.
which means to me that it's like to me that makes it a bigger culture thing if everyone has that same story. Oh man, I remember getting in trouble for saying "suck it" and shit. Like with NWO, I mean, they had great moments and shit for sure.
NWO has a great logo. Like you saw NWO everywhere, like on everything.
I'm wearing an LWO shirt right now.
LWO shirt. Like like NWO has the logo. DX has the fucking cross chop, the second chop,
and they both have great songs. They both have great
theme songs. Legends in the group, like
shit.
Fuck, bro.
X-Pac was in both groups. Like, let's talk about.
You see what I'm saying? Like. Yeah, that's a great question. I'm gonna throw that up on the top. That's a fucking fire question.
You'll have to dig deep into that one. Pause. So yeah, Punk comes out. The crowd goes wild, of course. He says a line where he's like, "I can't wrestle, but my mouth works." Sorry, sorry, AJ. And I was like, "This nigga think he me."
The fuck? Oh, that's funny. All right.
You know. But he's Punk is going off and he's setting up. Even though he's injured, he talks about Drew. He talks about Seth. He talks about Roman. He talks about The Rock. Says the Rock can't box with, he knows what it's like to box with God and lose or whatever that saying is.
So wait.
But he calls out everybody, and it's like slowly planting seeds for storylines where it's like when he comes back, he's pretty much letting you know when he comes back, he has 5 motherfuckers on his list that he's
everybody can get it.
Yeah, anybody can get it.
Said his arms is too short to box with God. I was like, oh, you think you could fucking bar up? Okay, I see.
Man. Yeah, he was barring up, and this was one of those moments where I'm like, the Bucks and Kenny really should have taken that meeting. Like, there's so much money that like, again, that's why I brought up TK being sick. But besides just how many people are in that crowd in Chicago, and AEW is in Chicago like on a every 3-week basis, damn near, and then the Punk, like the money that Punk, like, because when we get into it, like, Drew does not like Punk. That's a real life beef. Seth does not like Punk. That is a real life beef. I don't know if Seth and Drew don't like each other. I think they do. I never heard that they didn't. So. It came out that whole segment between the three of them talking and just Punk and Drew was shoot. It was shoot. Like it was like there were some bullet points, but Triple H and whoever, it was like, go speak, just go out there, make us some money.
And you could tell that was a great fucking promo.
It was
continue.
So yeah, Punk mentions Drew. Essentially, Drew comes out. Punk mentioned something about being in a skirt. I put that over my head. I'm so sorry.
So he said first, he's like, get your bitch ass in here. And I was like, and my note was like, oh, we cussing. All right.
Yeah.
And then said, are you the Scottish psychopath in a kilt or an internet troll in a skirt?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. I'm still over the people saying you wear women's clothes and stuff.
It's like, bro, we know this man's in a kilt.
Like,
all right.
Like Uzi had niggas in rompers in 2015. Like, like I'm over this shit. But it was still a good barb, I guess. And he's one of Drew's lines was so funny. He's like, you don't drink, you don't smoke, and yet you spend all your time in rehab, nigga.
Man,
that is so fire,
bro. The motherfucker said, I would love to get in the ring, but I know what the people in Chicago are like. You probably have a weapon in there or something. And I was like, yo, this dude is going crazy. And at this point, I knew we're in for some good shit.
Yeah. And then there was the line where he mentioned, or someone mentions how Drew was the chosen one. And Punk
I'm the chosen one.
And Punk was like, who chose you? Say his name. Say his name if you have the balls. And Drew's like, you could, like, the camera's on
the
stage,
smirk, bro.
He's like, it was like that, you motherfucker. Ooh.
You know damn well I can't say this man's name. Bro, that his face when he said that shit was grade A. That was comedy. And that's gonna go in those moments where it's like, oh, watching certain WWE superstars break character. Drew broke right there.
Yeah. And it wasn't like a break because he thought it was funny. It was a break because it's like, I can't believe you just said that shit.
Yeah.
You motherfucker. He's like, all right. Oh, you got me with that one. Okay.
All right.
Bet. Drew suggests that he be commentator for the match. He suggested he be referee for the match. Essentially, Drew's like, I don't care. I want you out here because I want you to watch my greatest moment, a moment that you could never have or whatever. And I get the moment that I should have gotten years ago that, didn't happen because of COVID. Then that's when Seth comes out and there's a stare down and Chicago singing the shit out of his song. So, singing the shit out of that song. He says, "Welcome to Monday Night Rollins." He asked he asked the crowd if Punk should be on commentary or if Punk should be the referee. And then he's like counting on his arm. I don't know. Can he even do it? And then like Punk demonstrates he can count to 3. He's like, count okay.
3. Now, I think I would love, let Punk be referee. I know they don't really put a lot of people in the ring who are injured. I get that for safety reasons and everything. But hypothetically, if Punk was farther along, I would love to see him be the referee in this match. I think that'd be really that's a good tie-in. He also said something really funny, and he was like, in all fairness, I don't know if I could be objectively fair with these two dipshits. And I'm like, you're right. And you're not leaning towards Drew, and you're not leaning towards Seth. You probably don't want either one of them to fucking win. But yeah, if he was the referee, I think that'd be kind of cool. I think him as a host, though, on commentary will do just as fine as well.
Yeah, that way the fans could because I feel like since he's injured, I feel like him being on commentary is a better choice. Not because of the injury.
It's a safer choice.
Yeah, it's a safer choice, but also now as fans watching on TV, we get to hear Punk, and he's probably going to go off, and it'll probably be very entertaining. And I'm sure there'll be a moment, just like in every time someone's on commentary, where they accidentally bump into them in their chair or some shit like that, and then something happens.
Somebody gets hit with a belt or something. Yeah.
So I'm sure I wouldn't be surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if he like throws a punch or something, or if maybe he helps Damian cash in. That's something to think about. Since he hates both of these people, maybe he helps Damian cash in.
I got some stuff about that, but come on.
A line I did like from Seth, which I think was before the line we already spoke about, but he was like, "How are you guys making all the rules for this shit? Y'all ain't the champion. You don't make shit around here." Which that's a bar, and you gotta bar these niggas up, bro. Let them know.
That's also like a double entendre, because like that's the same thing with like you could say the same shit about Rock too. Yeah. So how you making all these moves and you not the champion? But yeah, and Seth is good with his wordplay to where like you will throw like some Easter eggs in one promo for another.
Yeah. And when Punk said that dipshit line, Drew was like, "It's PG, brother." He's like, because earlier when Punk made that "My Mouth Works" line, he's like, "Oh, my bad, we're not on Netflix." Yeah, which it's insinuating that they'll be able to cuss on Netflix, and there was a story about that, but I didn't see any legitimate like cited sources saying that was true.
True or not, yeah. But it would make sense. Netflix doesn't have any regulations. They probably jump it up to like PG-13 or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a bar, and it's like somebody was like, "I don't think about you. Don't give a damn. You're a non-factor to me. You need me to have a moment at WrestleMania." And I was like,
Seth said that, I believe.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, like, this motherfucker is cleaning up over here. Like, it's just a great promo from all three of them being able to like freely speak how they want to speak.
Yeah, all three of them cooked. This was an amazing promo. I highly suggest everyone watching it if you're interested. It's three heavyweights doing some heavyweight shit. Like, no one sounded weak. No one came off corny. No one came off. Yeah, everyone came off strong. Everyone had some good bars. It ends with Seth super kicking Drew and giving him a stomp, and then walked past Punk like it was nothing. Because, like he said, I don't think about you. I don't fuck with you, bro. I don't. It's similar. It's similar to what he said to Drew the other week. It's like, out of all my priorities, out of all the things I'm worried about and give a shit about, you're at the very goddamn bottom.
Bottom of the list.
Very bottom. So
man,
that was it.
It was a great one, yo. It got me interested in the match more than what I was before. especially like just the CM Punk element to where you could be right to it in the sense of like, man, all you had to do was squash this shit and just make some money. But if that happened, we never get this. So beggars can't be choosers.
Jack Perry is honestly the main catalyst to what he got.
And if we okay, here we go. Slight side tangent. He's not wrong. Don't be throwing yourself through glass, bro. You have a long life ahead of you. Getting your shit lacerated is not like that big of a deal. Just for the effect of like, oh, he's such a hardcore wrestler. Fuck hardcore. All your hardcore wrestlers that all them ECW niggas, Mick Foley, like they living through some pain right now.
Yeah.
Fuck it. From there,
don't go to the big star. It's like you. Anyway, yeah.
Like just learn, bro. Like it's okay. These are the vets. This is you're supposed to like get your information from them. They're not going to steer you wrong. CM Punk ain't got no reason to hate on Jack Perry.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, after that we get a quick ladies match.
You do. We also get Meek Mill at Mania.
We got a yeah, we got a
Meek Mill promo at Mania, and I was like, oh, it's Meek. Okay.
Yeah.
It is in Philly, so that makes sense. But
I'm just glad he wasn't caught in Diddy's house. That would have been bad. Otherwise, we wouldn't have done it.
I'm going to fuck you up, bro. Relax. Relax, bro. Fucking relax.
My bad. Just saying, we wouldn't have got this. We would have for sure got Little Uzi Vert instead of Meek.
Uzi was there last year. He wanted to be there this year. I wouldn't be surprised if he's
I thought he was going to be because he got that Shinsuke song, and WWE never gives releases to their songs. So
nope.
My mind was like, oh yeah, he's definitely coming to Philly. I mean, he still might. Who knows? We get the quick ladies match. Candice tries to set up Indy to go heel. Indy's playing kind of slow. And because she wants Indy to hit Ivy as she's distracting the ref, and Indy just doesn't do it. She's like, should I really do it? Type of thing. But it ends with Candice winning the match. She's going heel.
She hits Maxine and then fakes a knee injury, and she uses the ropes to like secure the win. Which I was talking about a couple other episodes where like I want to see the heel. Give me the rope. Give me the pin with the legs on the ropes. Like, and she's doing all that. And I think she's way better as a heel. I think she's definitely trajecting in the right direction with the heel change.
She's way more interesting as a heel character.
Yeah,
she gets a lot more of her personality off. Otherwise she's just like I'm a nice mother, and I know a lot of nice mothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, that was cool. We get a backstage with New Day and DIY. They roasted each other.
Mm-hmm.
Which, because they are both in their ladder match. And in the background, if in the background of them talking, you see Drew McIntyre talking to Paul Heyman. Some more foreshadowing, and just an interesting thing, because why would
I didn't see that? I didn't catch that.
Yeah. Drew is in the background talking to Paul Heyman, which makes what happens later in the show make a little more sense.
They're cooking.
So yeah, Awesome Truth comes out. So yeah, we get New Day versus DIY due to the roasting, and Awesome Truth is going to be on commentating.
This was fucking gold, bro.
Yeah,
like he said, someone smelled like a pulled tooth. I got Truth commentaries over spots in the matches.
Really?
Because the shit he was saying was so funny. This motherfucker said he gonna need a backiotomy.
Yeah, I heard that one.
To pull the what's the half baked rumors, or not rumors, but like quotes is like spot on, bro. A backiotomy, that's fucking funny, bro. I was fucking crying.
That's from Half Baked. I mean, I've seen Half Baked. I've seen Half Baked.
If I'm not mistaken, it was when it's the clip when Dave Chappelle's with the braids. And he's on the couch.
Oh,
and he's like, "I'm gonna need a backiotomy." Like it's
Mr.
Yeah, it's from Half Baked.
Mr. Smiley or no? That was the other. That was the villain.
Yeah, the villain was Smiley. Oh my god, it's gonna bother me.
All right, you look it up. I'll keep talking. Yeah, so this was a solid ass match. New Day was before the first commercial break. New Day was in that ass. They were beating the shit out of them. It was great shit. And then after the commercial break, Ciampa starts working. He's working his ass off. It was a really good ass match until, I wouldn't say until, but it ends with DQ because Judgment Day comes out. Specifically, it's just Finn and Priest, or is it all four of them? I can't remember. I think it's all four of them. Yeah. No, it's all four of them. It's all four.
Yeah, it is. Can they jump? Yeah. They do the jumping. Yeah.
So pretty much every Judgment Day member except for Rhea comes out, beats the shit out of everyone. Miz and Truth are still in commentary. Miz is like, all right, I gotta go and help. Truth stays on commentary because he's like, I'm on commentary tonight.
I'm not fighting. Stu, go to commercial break. Stu, go to commercial break.
Like, dude, that's your partner. Your partner's getting beat up. He's like, I'm on commentary tonight.
You want to go to break? We're gonna break you.
Yeah, yeah. And he gets a couple moves off, but yeah, JD stands tall. They beat up all the tag teams there. Really cool segment. Makes them look strong going into Mania.
Preps them for Mania, yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is when Jackie talked to Cody, but we already talked about what Cody said. He said it's Rock said something that it's a promise he can't keep.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we get a Gunther promo.
Gunther,
and he's just so good at this shit. He says he doesn't believe in Sammy. Matter of fact, he doesn't believe he can beat Bronson tonight. All this
empty
shit.
Words. Man, what he's saying is empty words, bro. Like, show me. And he right.
He is right.
Hey, none of y'all can touch me.
Exactly. What? I have zero reason to believe that you could do anything to me.
I will be kind of tight if Gunther loses to Sammy at Mania. I'm kind of tight because Gunther should not lose to anybody just yet. Like, he's that the man's on top of the mountain, but nobody's beating Gunther.
Yeah. I'm already on record saying I think he's going to retain. Now I'm starting to lean towards he might lose.
Ooh.
I gonna save my pick for the when we do our picks and stuff, but
yeah,
I feel like at this point it could almost go either way, because they still have plenty. If he was to lose, he still has plenty of time to be built up again until when the show in Germany happens or anything like that.
It's like if they're doing the Rocky storyline, then there is no way there is a way that he loses, but he shouldn't lose if they're following the whole Rocky trope thing,
right? With the Gable eventually,
yeah, with the Gable shit. But we'll see. Anything's possible.
Yeah, the other option is Sammy wins and Gable goes back heel, but I don't think we need to do that. And also, it kind of kills how he's essentially been trying to redeem himself for his daughter crying. So yeah, I don't think they'll go that route, but that is a path that they could take if they wanted to, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, after that promo, after Gunther gets in Sammy's head playing mind games, we get Andrade versus Giovanni because Ivar apparently wasn't cleared. I'm not sure exactly why he wasn't cleared.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about that.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't see anything. I saw him tweeting and stuff. But yeah, I didn't see anything about why. But yeah, Ivar wasn't cleared, so we get Andrade versus Giovanni, which was a good ass match.
I didn't like Andrade's music.
What? I love that music. Oh, I love his strong word. I thought it was banging.
I thought his gear and his gear and his appearance was always dope, but I did not like the music. I was like, and maybe it just has to grow on me. I've been a fan of shit that I've sat with and it's gotten better. But yeah, off first listen, didn't do it for me.
Weird. I was fucking with it. I need to hear it through the headphone. More. Though. Yeah, because
okay.
Just hearing it through the TV to while commentating and writing notes.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. I couldn't really. But when he won and he was leaving, I was like, oh man, this is kind of a bop. Hold on now. they might be cooking with something hotter than gasoline, my bro. But it was a hard-hitting match.
There's a lot of chops, mad fucking chops in this match. This actually was a very solid performance from Gio too. There's something that Gio can go. Yeah, he can really go.
Yeah, no, I wrote that down. Andrade seems motivated. Gio was awesome. I love Andrade's back reverse elbow move.
That's in my notes.
It's one of my fucking favorite. It's one of my favorite moves. Honestly, I wish that was his finisher, even though that's kind of close to what is the Judas effect or whatever the fuck it's called.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a new
finisher. The new finisher was dope.
The new finisher is cool. It reminds me of Angelo Dawkins' The Silencer. I don't see the difference in how they're.
Right.
I think it's the exact same move, which is fine because that's wrestling. My thing is that a move? Even Andrade is buff, Andrade is strong and shit, but is that a move you can do to everybody? Because
every night,
yeah. Because like if you were gonna fight Ivar is way bigger than Gio. I can't. I mean, I'm sure he could, but it's hard for me to picture it right now of him doing that move to Ivar or like a Bronson Reed.
That is smart. Well, like I've thought about it before, to where like if you had to choose a finisher, it's like you got to choose one that you can do on everybody.
Yeah, that's always been my philosophy. Like I want something that I can someone who I can do to a Rey Mysterio or someone I can do or something I can do to a Big Show. Like I need.
Or you're just a freak fucking athlete, like to where you're like fucking John Cena and you're fucking an attitude adjustment Big Show and shit on the nightly, Brock Lesnar on the nightly. Like you either got to be a freak athlete or your shit has to be simple to where you can do it anytime, anywhere.
I mean, yes, but even then, like that stuff wears down. Like when we were talking about Goldberg doing his standing suplex stuff, like the last couple of years, it obviously was not hitting, and that's because of age and all this other stuff. To me, it makes more sense to it makes more sense to me. It makes more sense to already have a move you can do to, like the stunner. You can do that to anybody. The stomp,
anybody.
You can do that to anybody. You could spear anybody.
DDTs Mox's DDT. Like you can do that to anybody. So it's like
rock bottom. Anybody. Shit
anybody.
Like
People's elbow.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah.
I think it was like Victoria, like, and she was talking about her, like she did a crazy backbreaker. It was fucking lethal back in the day. But she had said that, like, like just doing it so many times, like it just wears on you. Like these women are small, but doing that, on a nightly basis, like the impact is not good for you. I think the same thing. I think Bliss had to change up her finisher too.
She used to do the Twisted Bliss a lot, and then I think she switched to the DDT.
Yeah.
Ricochet used to do a move that the one splash a lot, and then he switched to like the Code Breaker or the Recoil, his version. Which the same thing that Chris Jericho did when a long time ago when he first made the Code Breaker, and it was because he didn't. He's like, I need to do stuff that can hurt other people.
Yeah,
it's hard to put big niggas in the walls of Jericho and shit. Like.
For sure.
Yeah, like a Big Show. It's hard to put that together. In a Lion Tamer, come on.
Bro, Big Show is fucking 7'1". Each leg probably weigh like 180, 200, bro. Like, you got to fucking bring that bitch over. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, and then make it to look to where they're
bending.
Yeah, I was going to say back arching and rate my arch.
That's funny. But also got a good one. Miz. Miz has a safe and finish that he does against everybody too. What's it called? What's Miz's called?
Oh, we had this last time. A skull crushing finale.
There you go. Skull crushing finale.
Because the last time I forgot. Yeah. It was a good ass match. The movie is called The Messenger.
Yep.
Not sure exactly why, but that's fine too. And I wrote that it looks like. Yeah, I wrote that it looks like The Silencer, and I wrote that his music is a banger. I need to rehear it though, so that make sure I am not tripping.
No, everybody has their taste. We got the Rhea Becky promo.
Yeah, Rhea and Dom comes out, and notice again she because again like in this particular feud she needs to be booed and she needs to be heel. So she's that's why Dom's with her, and she actually does get booed later in this promo when she brings up Becky's daughter. But Rhea and Dom comes out. Say Bex is essentially it's damn near 1-to-1, like what Drew was saying. Essentially, like what doing all these matches.
She did say you don't wrestle on Raw. And I was like, she not wrong. I ain't seen Rhea on Raw wrestling in a minute.
Yeah, and also mentioned like because Rhea was like, I could just post a picture. Or was that last?
I posted a video online and watch these freaks eat it up. I was
that was this week. Okay, I ain't tripping. which she's not wrong.
Either.
She's not wrong about that either.
Not wrong either.
But Becky's like, yeah, that's kind of part of the problem.
Yeah, she was like, there's always someone new, someone younger, someone hotter. And how you gonna handle it when you're not the chosen one anymore? Like, I was like, damn, like she's barring up. And the thing is, like, I don't see Rhea's stock dropping anytime soon, but these are all truths. Everybody starts off hot and then you gotta settle out. What you gonna do then?
Yeah. Yeah, it was some good shit. But yeah, Rhea says your daughter Rue's gonna call me mommy, and then Bex gets super upset.
Yeah, says you can one chance to bring my daughter because the reason like her father never got a chance to meet her daughter, and I was like, yeah, that's some real shit, bro.
Yeah. And then she knocks out Dom, knocks the shit.
Chin checks the fuck out of Dom, and I was like, oh, it was stiff. I thought she had like maybe like hit his throat or something like that. No, she straight up punched that man in his jaw.
And after that, we get a brawl. No, he ate that shit. It was good. He sold the shit out of it too. And then we get a brawl. And so like finally these women are touching. Wow, that sounds weird. But no freak man. Yeah, like we get some violence.
No Diddy.
You know? No Diddy. You know. Which it's wild that you could use that for both genders. Like that's the new no pause, and that's the new like please be consensual. You know.
It's both.
It's really both.
Oh fuck!
And you can make it about pay. Like I promise, I'm gonna pay you, give you residuals. No Diddy.
No Diddy. That's nuts, bro.
Oh man. So Sammy and Gable talk. Gable sets them straight. Some coaching shit. Just speaking game to him like, bro, you're Sami Zayn, man. You know you got this shit. But yeah, big coach vibes. Get your head out of your ass. Like do this shit.
Yeah.
Gunther is
literally your focus, bro. Start paying attention, man.
Yeah, he's purposely doing this, and that's when we get Bronson versus Sammy, which was a good match.
Yeah, I got Reed slapped the dog shit out of Sammy's chest. There's a lot of chest slapping in this, but that one in particular.
Yeah. You could tell I was on one because I wrote a lot of meat. Good match. Big piece of meat. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking. What the fuck was I writing?
What does that mean?
It doesn't. I don't know.
This man sounded like an 80-year-old man at a deli. A lot of meat. Big meat. Salami.
but I did write down about the slap because he slapped the shit out of Sammy. And Gunther comes out. He just stands by the ramp.
Yeah.
Which sets up Bronson for a win. Which I did not expect.
That was a good touch for story purposes. It just once again shows that I'm in your head. Like you were not paying attention, you lost the match. Like that's just my presence is fucking you up. And I love that little addition to the story. Yeah.
Yeah, same. After that, we get Jay cuts a quick promo, and then Solo and Jimmy show up, and all Jimmy says is "no yeet." So seeds have been planted. Like Rock shows up. Jimmy and Solo show up. Paul is talking to McIntyre. So things are looking a little suspicious. Sammy and Gable talk again. Coach Gable, or no. I think they set up a talk. He's like, "Yeah, let's talk about some shit." Essentially, then Seth
Sammy catches Gunther in the hall, and or either way, and they're going at it. Sammy's upset that he let him get in his head and whatnot. Gable tells him, it's more than physicality. He says, Sammy, you're gonna need a different approach when it comes to Gunther. But this shot, I did see that in particular, there was a Dom Andrade in the back. Yeah. So in this particular segment, I saw that Andrade and Dom were in the back talking and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, what's going on there? So maybe you might be right. There might be a mass exodus. You might just see Andrade fill in for the Damian Priest role in Judgment Day.
Yeah, and based off of what happens on SmackDown, I'm very curious on because they can go a lot of different ways with
A
this
lot of
Judgment Day.
different ways.
This is Judgment Day shit. But yes. So yeah, Seth and Jay interact before Jay goes out, and Seth says something does not feel right,
Yeah,
and
something feels
his
up.
his spidey senses are tingling. He knows what it's like. He's an architect. You know, he knows what it's like to set a trap or something. So he's like, man, something doesn't feel right. So
and his face
Cody and I have your
turns. Like,
back.
he tells that to him, and then like
Yeah.
the camera cuts to Seth, and he just something's off, bro. We're for some really good shit.
Yeah, you can see like the spider senses are tingling.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get Jay and Shinsuke. I didn't. It was for as I don't remember how long it was.
It wasn't a long match, and there wasn't a lot of spots to this match. This match was definitely a setup match.
Yeah, it was meant for the shenanigans. So yeah, essentially Jimmy comes out for a distraction, and Jimmy and Solo come out. Seth and Cody come out and start attacking Jimmy and Solo immediately for the most part. Then Drew comes out of nowhere, throws Seth into the ring post, then hits him with a future shock DDT, which is essentially which is a signature move. So because people were wondering why Seth doesn't show up later, I mean he damn near got a finisher outside on the the outside fucking floor. Then so Cody's fighting Jim and Solo by himself because Jay is still dealing with Shinsuke at this point. Seth is knocked out. Cody is handling them 2v1, and then that's when the final boss shows up. You want to take that?
Yeah, so just quick recap though. Jay does hit a spear on Shinsuke, and that's how he gets the win.
Okay, he wins.
There is a backstage segment, like we said, where Cody's attacked by Jimmy. He also gets attacked by Solo. Then we get final boss who shows up. There's a trash can shot, which I was like, man, I ain't seen a trash can thrown since like Here Comes the Pain. That was kind of crazy. That was kind of dope and cool to see.
Yeah. Especially because you can do it in this current game now too. So that's kind of like a nod.
yeah. There was Rock quotables all throughout this. You know, think the Rock was gonna let you just talk. You thought like Rock was just gonna be okay with you just talking about him and whatnot. And I was like, my note was like, yes, Rock, give him that Attitude Era vibes. Give him that old school. I'm gonna talk shit about you and whip your ass at the same time. Rock, as he gets to the door, he's like, Rock got your attention now, you pieces of shit. And there's a lot of cussing from the Rock. There's a lot of he's a lot of bleeps in this. He drags him outside into the rain. You want to be the hero? Rock's got your hero. Look at you now. Now the world want to know why. I said now the world wants to know why Rock is the final boss. This is it, bro. Like this entire segment is just cinematic. It's very dramatic. Cody's getting his ass beat down in the rain, which I was like, this is like it's a perfect setup. Like I don't know, something about the rain element did add to it. If it was just dry out there, it's like okay, it hits, but it's not as dramatic as him ripping his shirt off, shirt's all wet, pause, no diddy. And it's funny because as like he's bleeding this promo, right? To where and it's really cool how they do this to where like Rock cutting the promo and the camera's in his face and Cody's on the ground. You see, I don't think Cody's blading or nothing like that, but I think like
I think he did blade for this.
You think so? It looked like I thought it was more like fake blood.
Oh no, there's no fake blood. Either that was real. They don't spray. Like either he bladed or that trash can really did bust him open. I think he bladed as he was crawling towards the bus.
To the bus, yeah. And
I think
fucking grab the blade off the back of the wheel.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Just a little nit, you know.
Little nothing too.
Or another trick that they do or that they used to do was like pre-blade it a little bit and then like put some Vaseline on it so that it doesn't bleed, and then like when it gets hit, then it starts to trigger.
Okay.
So that could have been it could have been that too, but I
combination of different things.
Yeah. But yeah, we get blood. Another thing that we don't get often.
We don't get not in WWE.
So it made it feel that plus the rain and just the ass whooping that our super baby face was getting.
Man got a belt with his mom's name on it. Mama Rhodes is on the belt.
Mama Rhodes.
And I was like, Yeah, that is also okay. First off, there was way too much Mama Rhodes in this goddamn promo. I get it.
Boys.
You're right. He did say that. He did
says
say
boy
that
a
too.
lot.
He says boy a lot. He does say boy a lot. Where are you pulling
He's
this
supposed
from,
to be
Rock?
He's supposed to be our president. And if you saw the response he did on what you see the one on Instagram where he's like, when we get the behind the scenes of when the cameras stop or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like corporations and blah 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 want to tell us what to do. I'm like, bro, you are on your Fox News shit. This man is he's bro like.
It was January 6.5.
Bro, he's in his patriotic bag, but
I'm
the Rock.
Nah, yeah. There's a lot. Nigga got the belt, was smearing Cody's blood on the belt. This man spit like near his face, which is crazy. Look at your boy Mama Rhodes. He said, "Your daddy don't know about hard times. The Rock's gonna learn you." Like, this was a good segment, bro. Like, this was like the best ending to a Raw that I've seen in a really long time. Like,
yeah, a great start and a great finish and a great middle.
Yeah,
I just wish
this was overall was a good Raw.
Yeah, it was. It's absolutely. I just wish it didn't take this long for us to get this version of The Rock. Granted, long game stuff, sure, but it started off really cringe to me, and now this week and last week, have been like now it's like I'm like yes, like this is what I've been.
This is what we wanted.
Yes, this is way more entertaining than crackhead Karens to me, and this side chants. This side chants you.
Who's this story about, bro? Do we like this? Is Rock Cody is bigger than Roman Cody.
Yeah, man. I honestly,
do you see? Yes, bro. Yes.
I mean, I want it more. I want that more.
Yes.
At this point. But yeah, no, I think night 1 Bloodline wins. Night 2 Cody wins. Rock betrays Roman because Rock sets Roman up to get with Bloodline rules. It's essentially supposed to be the easiest match in the world now. And if you still lose, how are you supposed to be the tribal chief? I just gave you a win on a platter. And if you so I feel like if Roman loses, then that's what's going to set up Rock versus Roman, and it's just going to be a year-ass long build until next Mania.
Okay,
and then
maybe I said it before,
and then maybe we get Cody in Rock like SummerSlam, and then Roman helps Cody retain on some crazy shit. I don't know, but that would be gross. But I mean, at the same time, the final boss fucked you over. He took over. He took your island.
Look, the way I see it is kind of like just a corporate takeover. If Roman loses, Rock takes Roman's place. Rock kicks him out the bloodline. You can't get it done. You're supposed to be tribal chief. You're not tribal chief. I'm tribal chief. Roman goes away for a little bit. Rock is puppeteering Jimmy and Solo doing different shit, or maybe like they just don't have a place for it or whatnot. But I'm assuming Jimmy Solo is probably gonna be working for Rock. And then it might be Jimmy J Solo. He might get all three. But then Roman comes back, and if you give me Roman with was it Tamatonga, and then you give me Jacob Fatu as like his revamped version of Bloodline, him on the comeback, I'm solid. I think that's a good way to go. Granted, that's just me being a fan, just speculation.
I think if they do come to the side, I think Rock brings them in.
You think so?
Yeah, because you could easily make it make sense to where he's like, I mean, because he's on the board, so he's like, I hired more family or some shit like that.
That's true. It could work either way, to where maybe he does kick Jimmy Solo off, like, y'all not good enough. I'm gonna build my own bloodline, and he brings in those two dudes. Because both of them are phenomenal athletes. I think Jacob Fatu is super slept on. So I would love to see him in the E for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that was Raw.
Yeah, man, that was a good show. We're gonna get into some AEW Dynamite real quick. I'm looking over the notes. Overall, it's a good show. The show kicks off with Ospreay versus Shibata. My notes for this match was it was a good match. It was good back and forth between like both superstars. Some dope spots was like a back flip reversal into like an STF, which was really dope. There's a kip up into an enziguri. Wasn't too familiar with Shibata's game. I saw him in his match with Daniel either last week or the week before.
I think it was last week.
And the man was definitely technical, definitely a submissionist for sure. He took a crazy Tiger Driver spot, which when I was on Twitter and I was seeing that people was like, "Yo, you gotta be careful!" Like the man had like brain surgery or something like that. And he took a Tiger Driver like spot, and I was like, "That's very interesting." It's not a spot I would have called, but I'm assuming you got the clearance to do it. I mean, from me looking on the outside, I'm assuming you got some level of like, "Hey, I'm okay to do this." Although me as a safety person, I was like, I can't do that to you, bro. Like, let me figure something else out. Either way,
they probably have
the spot happened.
Assuming they worked in Japan with each other multiple times.
They did.
It probably was a trust thing to,
Yeah. There was a back history for Ospreay and Shibata. They actually played that clip before the match started of a young Ospreay going against Shibata early on. There's a couple elbow strikes in this match. Overall, wasn't my thing with the elbow strikes, but overall, not a bad match, not like a great match, but it was okay, serviceable. I enjoyed it. On to the next. There's an interesting Daniel Bryan promo or Bryan Danielson promo to where he's in this promo talking about, if I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go out how I want to go out. This is gonna be the epic year the most epic year of his career, which is kind of signaling a retirement. Or maybe a long haul hiatus to step away from the game. I know he said that he doesn't want to personally say retire, but it looks like this may be the last year for Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, I think I want to say last year, like early last year, he said that this might be his last year for to raise his kid and whatnot, and plus he's injury prone, so shit. It should be his last year. Granted, he's still really fucking great in the ring and on the mic, but there's nothing wrong with being a producer and helping this talent out and shit like that. Also, so he said he wanted to retire. I want to say like a year ago, but he loves wrestling so much. I can't imagine him not being involved to some degree.
At some point, yeah, like some way. Is Daniel a shoo-in for the WWE Hall of Fame?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, I think so too. Like, there's no way that you don't put him in there.
Yeah, I mean, just from the stuff that I saw when I was watching, I fucks with it, but because I missed the whole Yes movement, but like the Yes movement is a huge thing.
The Yes movement is insane, bro. It's, like that's
it's just like when Stone Cold, the what chant, like people still say yes, like they like. And it's to the point where, like Andrade, like people say C for him. It like that,
yeah.
So it's transit. Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna say the word anymore. It changed the culture. I think he's for sure a Hall of Famer, and he gave Bray Wyatt some of his best matches. He gave Miz some of his best matches.
Yep.
He had that moment.
Kof.
Yeah, Kof. He I mean that storyline was crazy. He had the moment where he fought didn't he fight all of Evolution in one night of Mania or something like that while injured, injured, quote unquote injured. So
yeah, the Roman Edge match.
Yeah, that was a fire match too.
Yeah. Damn. Now I think about you were right. That Fiend match. What was there's a Texas Death match with the
strap match.
Strap match.
It's my favorite Fiend match.
Strap match was a great match.
Bray Wyatt's best opponents was Roman and Bryan to me. Like they made Bray Wyatt look so good compared to some of his other opponents.
You're right. And you know what's crazy? Oh my fucking god, I'm so mad at this. The Hell in a Cell match would have been one of those matches too, had the lighting not been red.
Yeah, and the ending. Because how do you get a DQ against a demon in a no DQ match?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. It's a demon. I should be able to pull a gun. As far as I'm concerned.
You are right. I forgot about the ending. Yeah, the red light and the ending for sure.
It ruined Seth's character literally until the Riddle feud.
Damn.
I mean,
Yeah.
actually, he started coming back around when he fought Roman that Royal Rumble when he came out in Shield gear. But
Yeah.
like the crowd didn't start singing his song pretty much until the Riddle feud.
Yeah.
And that's when he like was okay. Everyone loves Seth again. Like, yeah,
Damn, you're right.
that Fiend match like really like fucked up his career for a couple of years. Like,
And that just shows that, like, producing and like writing can really fuck up like the superstars. And it's
and
not
bad
the
booking.
talent's fault. Bad booking, like that's not the talent's fault for like how a title reign goes. It's how people book that shit. Off the tangent, but we get a EVP promo, and they talk about their goals, which were to retire Sting, restructure the Elite, and get the tag titles back, which is just a setup for them going against Private Party later on tonight. We get a shot of Red Ferrari Okada, definitely spending that money wisely. We see, and then we get the Private Party versus the Young Bucks. Dope super kick spot from Private Party. I think this is Isaiah Cassidy. I think that's what his name is.
Cassidy and Quinn. Mark
Quinn. Yeah. Cassidy was doing his thing in this fucking match. Like literally everything you can. There was a Hurricanrana off the guardrail. Bucks did a Falcon Arrow off the guardrail, which is fucking nuts. They had a cool little moonsault sequence. Private Parties, like I've talked about them before, always been one of my favorite young tag teams to watch. Like them dudes are entertaining as fuck to watch. They actually got the win against the Young Bucks before
very first episode of Dynamite.
Yeah, so like them dudes is fucking really solid. There was a funny little spot, and it might be a little botch. There was a slip on the EVP trigger. And my notes was, I was like, man, they got to stop wrestling them Jordans. Them Jordans ain't got the traction that they think they do. And you over there slipping on sweat and shit because they not made for performance. But other than that, it was really funny. Great match.
They don't wear real Jordans.
Oh, my. Nah, that would be some shit.
That's not even, that's a fact. I mean, maybe they changed up because I think it was a couple years ago they had some shoes. And, yeah, all of Twitter was roasting them because they were super fake.
That would be crazy. If they was wearing fake Jordans, I would lose it. Ain't no EVP with the fake Jordans. Either that's great character work, or you guys are just out of touch with the culture.
I mean, I want to say it's like 2 years ago, so I'm not going to try to find it. But yeah, I mean, they got roasted online for wearing fake shoes.
That's fucking funny. We got a Darby promo with Tony Hawk, which I can see Darby as a character and Tony Hawk like pro skater, like that makes sense. If they ever brought it back, that'd be really cool. Darby as a Tony Hawk pro skater character. Give me my credit if that happens.
That makes the most sense I've ever heard with Darby Allin in anything. Like that makes so much sense. Like fuck, dude. That's wild.
We find out that like his climb to Mount Everest was for a charity for the skate park organization, which ends up building skate parks around the country for youth and stuff like that. So there was a purpose of what they're saying.
Climb a deadly mountain for some skate parks, bro.
Climbing Mount Everest.
You can't.
For the kids and skate culture.
I understand.
For the vans, the trucks, and the trolleys, right?
You couldn't do something like less dangerous though.
Nah, I got a kick flip off the mountain. What you talking about? Kick push. Shout out to Lupe. That's a great song, by the way. Yeah. So there was a purpose for it.
Okay, wait, time out. If he would have killed himself, okay, how is this charity?
No.
Okay, all right, fine, all right. We will talk about that off air.
Actually, fucking no, go for it. No,
okay, how is this working? I just don't understand. And it's like you're gonna make people feel bad, like, oh, hey, we built this skate park for you guys in memoriam of Darby Allin, who raised this money for you by climbing Mount Everest, and he died there. But hey, do that fucking ollie off for us. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand. That is
like, you are right in the way that, like, yo, if this had went bad, this is a terrible thing to have organized for kids, to where, like, if anything did happen, God forbid, it was like, oh, Darby did this for us, and these parks are built because Darby Allin died on the mountain. Like, no, now you got Coffin Drop Park in like Seattle or somewhere. Like, we don't want that, bro. Like, that's
sweet.
a crazy story.
There's probably already a Coffin Drop Park in Seattle. Oh God! I mean, it's Seattle.
Oh fucking hell, bro. So there was some good nature in him building or him going to Mount Everest, but he says that him and Tony have something bigger planned. So
staying alive, maybe.
Oh my God. Goodness gracious. So yes, we'll see what happens with that. We got a hook segment.
This nigga's gonna skateboard in space. Shoot me, put me on a rocket, Tony. I gotta get these skate parks built somehow.
Like, to be honest, like Darby should have paired up with Jackass. It should have been him instead of Sammy. You would have got some crazy shit. Actually, Darby should have been in the Jackass movie. Go ahead and like do some funny wild shit.
I think it could still happen. I mean, I don't see what
it's possible.
It's really up his alley. I don't see that, and like I don't know. Do a guest episode of what's that show with Rob Dyrdek that never stops? Reckless, ridiculous, yeah,
ridiculousness, yeah.
Go guest star on that. I don't know.
That if it's the hot sauce thing, if you did that shit for free, they would pay you to do that. Like,
people will pay you to put hot sauce on your balls, man. You don't got to do it to impress a pretty girl.
That's the craziest shit. I ain't never, bro.
He fumbled it.
I ain't never, bro. Like, I like you so much. I'm going to put hot sauce. It wasn't even on his balls. In the clip, she said like he put on his butt or some shit like that, bro. Like,
was his butt? Either way, it was.
Yeah, this man walking around with fucking fire butt. Pause. No diddy. Like, that's fucking crazy, bro.
On a long drive.
On a road trip. Man, fuck all that. I ain't never liked somebody that much. Anywho, we got a Hook segment. Jericho wants to give Hook advice. Hook says, of course I'll take your advice, but he said, I'll take your advice, you're Chris Jericho, but you're also Chris Jericho. So just showing that, like, he understands what Chris Jericho does, who Chris Jericho is, and how he operates. It looks like as of right now, Hookako is a thing.
Hookako is a thing.
Hookako's a thing.
Jericho's you talked about it last week, but yeah, Jericho's. A lot of wrestlers do it, but specifically Jericho. You can name like 5 different teams of him pairing up with someone, and Y2AJ, Jera Show, Y2KO, or whatever the fuck their name was, or no, I think they were called Jera KO, and then now we got Lion Hook. Like, we're going with Hookako.
Hookako. Yeah, I've talked about it before. Like, it's just his way of like ushering in the new talent. Do what he got to do. I'm staying out of his way. The Jericho segments, I have no more to say about them. Just go do your thing, man. I guess.
Bro, they're gonna have 5 tag matches, and he's gonna betray him, and then they're gonna be in another like 2-month feud, bro.
And then he's gonna get jumped by a new team, and we'll see. I'm not calling it out, but I'm calling it out. We'll see though. We then get the Willow, Anna J, the Statlander, and the Sky Blue 4-way with Mercedes Moné ringside. Once again, Caesar playing it to where if he says she has unfinished business with Willow, I'm pretty sure her first match will be against Willow. I would be disappointed if it's not.
Okay, well, since we're on that topic, I don't think it should be Willow.
Okay.
What do you because she needs to get in the ring. It doesn't matter. Just start beating up people, getting some wins. Because the winner that was for Dynasty. All right, so Willow wins this Dynasty match more than likely, and then she gets the TBS championship. Then that's when she'll start feuding. When the hell is Dynasty again? It's in
April 29th.
So that means we might not see her first match until maybe like mid-May or later. That is way too long to be giving someone this much money and to not be wrestling. If you're supposed to start a revolution in the women's division globally, and also just in this particular company, you shouldn't take 2 months to wrestle. It's not a good look. I mean, the difference between her and if you're gonna bring up Jade, there's a huge difference. Jade is not as good. She was not a good wrestler at the time because
we have somebody coming off an injury.
Mercedes is known as one of the best female women's wrestlers on this planet. At least that's what some people think. So we don't need to wait. Like, the difference between her and Jade is that Jade, she needed to be trained because she wasn't getting the reps that she needed to get when she was in AEW, which is why they waited to finally debut her. And now
I don't think we'll see her first match in May. I think we'll get it next month. And I think it probably will be against Statlander. It might be like a squash match before, if somebody, like a competitive squash against somebody, and then Statlander, and then we'll get Willow doing her thing, and then you'll get the fucking Willow and Mercedes shit afterwards.
And yeah, another reason I don't think it's a good look is because, again, like this company caters to the wrestling part more than the talking part and all this other stuff, and there's already a certain demographic that is sour about, certain talent coming over and certain talent, making more money than their favorites and all this other stuff. And I feel like
it's also internet shit, though.
Yeah, it's internet shit, but the internet shit does this internet shit does things because they they might attack you, or they might attack whoever, or they might just say a bunch of shit, or they might tune out. Like fucking during the Young Bucks segment, they lost 200,000 viewers.
But if I'm also not mistaken, like this is also like NCAA time where they're losing viewers anyway. I think I catch it on West Coast time,
right,
which is like 8, and then on East Coast time it's like 5, and that's when like those games are being played at 5 p.m. And I don't know. There's a lot going on right now in the TV world, but if that is the case, it is what it is, and it's just the Bucks. I'm not tripping off.
Yeah, no, I just brought that up for example. I just don't think it's I think, again, I just think it's about. I think you're setting her up for hatred if she just talks and looks pretty on a weekly basis and doesn't get into some in-ring action relatively.
I think if her first match is not like what people expect, I think you will get that feedback. But I also think that right now it's just training. Like I said, you were out for a year plus. You're doing a lot of traveling and shit like that. So more likely now, I think she's probably like 70-80% ready to get in the ring. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. But I do want to give, certain people or just individuals leeway, because I don't know, like, your body's your body.
Yeah.
You know your body better than anybody else. We get the 4-way match. I thought it was very interesting to put tag partners in a 4-way. Unless you're planning on doing something there. Maybe Stat is the one who goes heel with Stoke and Willow stays babyface. Maybe Willow goes fucking heel. We'll see. But I don't think so. Willow right now is also on a really good fucking run.
Yeah, she's like 8-0 of this year, maybe 9-0 this year.
That, and she's everywhere. I think she was at the Mexico show that they did for CMLL. So like she's really like popping right. Like her stock is for sure rising.
Which that just made me think of two things. One, John Moxley's finally fully bald. He's done.
He embraced it.
Yeah, he finally embraced it. And then 2, it looks like they're going to bring the rankings back for a 3rd time.
I did see that too. I didn't know. We're taking away, we bringing it back, we taking away. I don't fucking know. If it's like a monthly thing, cool. I don't think it should be a weekly thing. But if you want to do like the end of the month, like these are the rankings, that way you kind of like summarize your month of wrestling. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, like NBA Player of the Month type of shit. Like
like Power Rankings or some shit. Power Rankings of the month. I'm okay with that. It
that
doesn't need to be every week.
Yeah, that would be better, since that way they can't book themselves in corners and weird situations.
Yeah. 4 was dope. It was a dope cold blue spot. I think that was on Willow. Willow knows how to sell that move really well. Willow had a mean fucking drop kick off the fucking ropes. It looked like she blew this girl's fucking chest out.
I would like to shout out or point out there was a funny moment because Willow came out, or Stokely came out with Willow, and then he ran back up to the ramp to come out with Statlander. Or I think he came out with Statlander first, and then did it. So essentially, he walked out with both of them, but he had to run back up the ramp. That's just a funny bit. I like it.
Yeah, Stoke is doing a really good job as a manager. They have some really dope merch too. There's a shirt of them like in like tuxedos. That's kind of, it's a play on an album cover. It's a really dope shirt. I got to get that shirt.
Yeah.
Willow wins this match with a Doctor Bomb to Anna Jay. Like I said before, her stock is definitely rising. I love the Doctor Bomb as a move. Just the sideways power bomb is a really dope fucking move to me. We then get a Dustin Rhodes promo. So he's still passionate, still ready to go at 54 years old. He gets interrupted by the Butcher, which sets up a match for Rampage. And my takeaway from this is that Dustin needs to be at Mania for Cody. That's all I want to see. We need to figure this shit out. Get him over there. If it would summarize all this shit up if I can get Dustin to come in and prevent like the solo like throat chop or the throat strike, like something. Let it happen.
Yeah.
We get a empty Tony Storm promo. Like there was nothing in this promo. I didn't pull from it.
Yeah, there was a nothing burger.
There was nothing in that promo at all.
No.
We get Swerve coming after Joe again. It's just he's coming after promo, just prepping them up for Dynasty.
Oh, can I post a spoiler? Can I say a spoiler real quick?
Go for it.
Tonight in Rampage, Tony Storm and Mariah May kiss. So that's what's up. I
did see that clip.
I didn't see the clip, but shout out to the Lesbies. I'm here for it.
Equal love, man. Everybody's taking the horniness of the internet. You know how to spark the horniness out of wrestling fans.
Mm-hmm.
We then get the Best Friends versus Undisputed Kingdom tag qualifier. I forgot this is a continuation of like Orange Cassidy's and Matt Taven's beef from their death match that they had a couple weeks ago. This was dope. Trent was hitting a couple unique versions of a German suplex. It looked a little bit stiffer. They were like higher German suplexes. Apparently Taz said there's multiple different variations of German suplexes. I haven't seen one like this. Solid spots. Orange has a suplex reversal into a stunner. There's a little apron interference from Roderick Strong, which distracts Orange. And then there's a little help from Chuck Taylor, which secures the win for the Best Friends. And it sets up for Bucks Best Friends, I believe, on next week's Dynamite. I think that is semifinals for the AEW Tag Team Tournament.
Nice.
The Kyle O'Reilly promo just talks about there's a deep roster in AEW. There's no easy matches. He said he loves the Undisputed Kingdom, but he plans on going through this process alone. I think this is setting up Kyle O'Reilly versus Roderick Strong. I think that's where they're going with it. This is the second time that he's denied them or denied working with them, and I think I saw the clip tonight where Undisputed Kingdom approaches Kyle O'Reilly again, and I think he's going to get the Roderick Strong match. Which is also kind of cool. Like, come back and, go against one of your best friends. Like, I think that's really dope. Main event was Swerve versus Takeshita. This is Konosuke's first match since he battled Ospreay. Dope backbreaker from Swerve. Konosuke has a deadlift brainbuster suplex reversal. Man, this is mad strong. Konosuke's
lit.
Bro, that's just a good fucking talent, bro. You can really put him with anybody. He knows how to fucking get down. Swerve has a crazy swerve stomp on the apron. Rolling German suplexes from Konosuke. It was a pop-up powerbomb reversed into a swerve stomp into his JML driver for the win. That confirms that we get Swerve versus Joe at Dynasty, and that's the show. So just quick takeaways from this is that, like I said before, I'm assuming we're getting Kyle O'Reilly versus Roderick. We already got Swerve Joe, that's confirmed. Daniel versus Ospreay, that's confirmed. Willow versus why am I blanking on her name? Julia Hart for the TBS, that's also confirmed. Dynasty's coming out to be a pretty solid, like, you know, pay-per-view. I think with the tag team, easy booking would be FTR Bucks, but you've already did that. I think this would be the third time they've done it.
Shit, it'd be like the 8th, bro.
But I would love to see Best Friends and somebody else. I think on the other side, wait, who faces?
It's probably the Bucks is probably winning this.
Probably, but my thing is like, what tag team goes after them next? Like, what's the?
I was hearing because because I was seeing complaints or questioning about like why isn't BCC in here? Because BCC beat FTR, but FTR is in a tournament.
True.
So it's possible BCC is the first opponents, but then because it'll be heels versus anti-heroes, I guess. That's a possibility, or I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of tag teams, that's for sure.
So that's what happened. Okay, so with the same thing, Hookah. You could I don't want to see that. I was gonna get excited, but no. It looks like finals is Bucks or Best Friends versus FTR, and then Top Flight, because we saw that earlier today that Ricky had got injured, right?
Yeah, apparently, this writer that I follow, who's also he's friends with a lot of the black talent on pretty much every promotion. He said Ricky's fine was just a stinger.
Okay,
so we'll
see. Cool. Yeah, that was AEW. We're gonna get into a quick little audio break real quick, and then we're gonna get into SmackDown. Be right back. Time to get into SmackDown. It's time to lathe the SmackDown.
On that candy ass.
Know your role.
And shut your mouth.
It doesn't matter. Brock is great, bro.
So yeah, we have SmackDown somewhere in Connecticut, some name I can't pronounce. That was probably stolen off a native land. But yeah, we got it in Connecticut.
Facts.
I mean, if it's hard to pronounce, then it's probably because they stole it.
You think North Dakota sound English? That shit don't sound English. Dakota is not even a no.
Shit, have I?
Chesapeake? What?
I don't think. I think I might have. Nah, never mind. I was thinking like, have I ever met a white Dakota? And
They out there.
they out there. I feel like I did one time when we live in
They out
Oregon.
there.
You know,
Dak Prescott's name's Dakota. He half. So that.
Oh Jesus! Yeah. Here we go. All right, so here we go. Right into SmackDown. We get RKO KO versus Pretty Deadly, which was set up from last week. Pretty Deadly have a new thing, part of their entrance. They have a real big ass disco ball that comes down, which was fire. I love it. I love Pretty Deadly. I love Pretty Deadly.
I picked up that his name is Elton Prince, and I was like,
yeah, in Kit Harington. Let's go.
I got it.
Yeah. those names sound English as shit.
I got it. Yeah, go for it. I love it.
Shit. There was some good ass heel tactics. It was a good match. I have no real spots that I could think of until Logan shows up, which Logan does show up. He was hiding under the ring. He shows up. He punches KO. I believe he had the brass knucks in his hand. If not, then he still uses the hand that has the metal pin in it or whatever the story gimmick is. I mean, it's a real life injury, but whatever. And the pretty deadly wins. But what happens after this? What happens after this win? Because we briefly talked about episodes ago, like some tropes. Like I mentioned some tropes that kind of like irritate me, and this was one of them. And it used to be one of them, but they actually did something different. And so when KO lost, because KO ate the pin because he got hit by Logan, Randy Orton was pissed. He was like, "You lost! Like, what the fuck was going on?" Blah blah blah. And then he looked up at the screen, the Titantron, and saw what
happened. Would you believe that?
Oh my gosh!
Situational awareness,
man. It's so cool to see wrestlers react in real time instead of thinking they got betrayed.
Next week.
And then
you watch the shit next week. The fuck?
Yeah, so in real life time, he sees that, Logan was hiding in the ring and he just punched KO. And then like he's like walking on the ring, he's like, "Oh, is this little motherfucker still down here?" There's a part where he like steps on the ring. Is like, I don't think you can tell. I don't think you can tell if he's under there by doing that. The
hollowness of the ring.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works. But I mean, who knows? He's a veteran. But they find him. Randy Orton, they find him. Then before they can really like start super attacking Logan, Pretty Deadly comes in, and that sets us up for a stunner RKO combo. KO still disorientated after that stunner though, and Randy Orton chases Logan Paul all the way out to the parking lot, and we get a single camera shot, no camera cuts. It's a single camera shot. They follow them to the ring all the way out to the parking lot where Logan sneakily escapes in a red car similar to the one in in Ferris Bueller. Classic movie.
Great movie.
Great movie. Well, you know it. And then he goes away, and then like KO catches up, and just good shit. Just it's nice to. I'm glad that we're getting. I mean, this is only one example, and hopefully it stays. But it seems like we're getting out of the trend of these people. Like it's like when you write an essay and your teacher says you have to assume your audience is stupid, and that's why you have to explain things in this essay. I feel like they're kind of backing themselves up away from that aspect of like you got to assume your audience is just super stupid, especially because I don't know, maybe there's a big ass Titantron right there that everyone can see. So hypothetically, why wouldn't the wrestler see the replay right there? Because you're playing the replay right there. Why wouldn't they see it? You know, so I'm glad that if they are getting away from that, I will be glad because. It just makes the baby faces in particular, because it's usually baby faces that these kind of things happen to. It just makes them look so stupid. And it's like you're older than me, bro. You don't know that there's a big ass camera right there, big ass TV screen. Like just look at it, you know.
The situational awareness was definitely a plus for sure. It's like we've been asking for this for a minute to where like, yo, we're smarter than this.
In a weird way, it makes it feel more real.
Yeah. And maybe this is what production has been wanting to do, but you've just been strong arming to keeping the product the same.
Yeah.
Like Fuck all that, bro. We got to evolve and be a little bit different, especially when we are like the cinematic brand. We're the production value. Like
right.
we have the camera shots. We got the 8K cameras, which I hope they bring back.
Oh,
the 8K cameras were dope.
Oh, we're getting them at Mania. We're getting
them motherfuckers clean. The Roman in the 8K camera was peak.
Yeah. I had my ovaries weak a little bit.
Yo, the shit he pulls is like he has a magic hat in front of him. Whatever junk he pulls out, this is it. This is a good one. The man is fucking comedy, bro. I swear. It's one of one.
Thank you.
Yeah, production value is dope. We're getting great shots. Just give me a full year. Right now, we're in like a good like phase with Triple H's new regime. I want to see what a whole year of Triple H is like. It was choppy last year where he was running shit and then BKM came back.
He was still behind the scenes.
Yeah, so like this full year of Triple H, I'm expecting some really good shit, or at least I hope for some really good shit. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I've been liking what we've gotten for the most. Like, I would say 95% ever since the 2024. This year so far, I've liked majority of everything I've seen.
It's been you can feel the change. It doesn't feel like the old production style. You can definitely tell there's differences here.
Yeah, ever since Kevin Dunn left, the camera stuff is definitely different. Like you said, the writing feels better. The in-ring talent. I mean, the in-ring talent's always been the same, but they're getting more time. So then that leaves that's why DIY is finally over, because they're getting time to like do shit. So that
New Katch doesn't get this with Vince.
Yeah, no, absolutely fucking not. New Katch doesn't even happen under Vince. He had Peter Dune named Butch, wearing a fucking Peaky Blinders hat. Anyway, just more racist shit.
Man, bro,
oh, you're English. You eat beans. Put this hat on.
You look at Apollo like, you're Nigerians. I have Nigerian. My dad is. It's still in you. Go ahead. Go out there for me.
Token, you're black. You could play the bass guitar.
Man.
So yeah, after that we get a fire backstage promo, and then we finally this is what you asked for last week. So EO's talking her shit, and yeah, she's getting her shit off. She's getting her shit off as a Japanese. She's explaining why they outgrew Bailey. It's like, yeah, I mean, we thank you for starting this, but we outgrew you. We don't need you. We can sense that the jealousy in the air when the other two Japanese ladies join and all this other stuff. And then during that promo, again, another new thing with this production for the most part, Bailey attacks EO during this thing, and it looked super good. It was good. It looked good.
I was like, them mics is clean as fuck. I was hearing every fucking body shot. Like, they was picking up all the action. Like, man, solid.
My wife was like, look at all the camera, because she's a photographer as a second job, and she's like, look at all the expensive ass camera things that they're
knocking over. I did the same thing, bro. I did the same thing. Like, them lights is not cheap.
Them lights are not cheap.
They didn't break either. And I was like, them was good ass lights. They got knocked over.
Exactly. That was good shit. And they finally touched also. Getting EO's hit Bailey a couple times, but now Bailey finally got some of her lick back until they were broken up. So yeah, that was cool.
My thoughts on this is that dope spot. I just need EO on a run. As much as I love Bailey, I think I would prefer if she lost to EO. I need a solid run from EO. Just knocking people, knocking people out. Great matches. Just I need a good championship reign. Right now, it's on the bottom half for me. It's similar to the Liv reign, and I don't think EO deserves that. I think I want her to have a nice, like, damn, EO's championship run was cool. Right now, it's like I said, it's on the Liv reign. It's just not fulfilling for me right now. I've already said that.
Yeah, I feel it. Ooh, so after that, Nick Aldis brings out Jade, and
The storm is here,
the
baby.
storm is coming. And talk about someone else with another fire ass entrance.
Yeah,
Great presentation. She
that
looks
interest is my profile picture right now. Like that was solid. Like the silhouette with the physique, like
just
superwoman,
yeah,
superhero.
yeah.
Like just
Looks like a fucking superhero,
yeah.
and just looks like a fucking superstar. Like that person. Like yeah, yeah. There's
I
not much.
know
There's not much you can say.
I know the joke is that like, man, how could Tony let this one go away? And I think Jade was always trying to get to WWE, and I say that because I remember I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but she was at at a basketball game with Naomi. I think it was like Atlanta. I think it was during like the Bow Wow promo. And they were talking, and at the time I was like, oh, maybe Vince was still running WWE at the time. And I was like, man, maybe Naomi's thinking about going to AEW or something like that. But I think just the pendulum shifting on Hunter taking over, kind of and brought Naomi back, and then now you got Jade and whatnot at the same time. I think that helped out a lot. And I'm glad she's over here in the E because the production value of her. Yeah. She needs the lights, the cameras, the action. You need that for Jade. Not saying Jade was not an attractive talent over in AEW. She was 50-0. I remember.
She was.
We were both at the.
Yeah, she was an attractive talent. Yeah, the January 6th show. She was an attractive talent to an extent because we talked about it before, where it's like she didn't get the chance to go up against a Brit or a Thunder or like any of the. So like yeah, she was undefeated, and yeah, she was the first TBS champion and like the longest reigning one, I think, at this point, or still. She still wasn't treated or presented that much as the the way that she's being presented now.
And that's why I agree with the fact of where she landed for the presentation fact. You are now presented as such. Do I think AEW could have done that? Not necessarily, because the way AEW gets down is that you come over and you're like already a wrestler. Like you're the fucking Ospreys. You've already established yourself on the indies, and that Jade didn't come from that. If I'm not mistaken, Jade was at the PC. They didn't want her then. She didn't want because she didn't have any experience. She went to AEW, got her experience. Now they got her, and now they got the superstar that they want. If that's how my timeline was, I'm pretty sure she did go to the PC.
She was there. She had a picture in the PC shirt. A lot of people been in the PC. There was fucking MJF was there for a little bit. Luchasaurus was, or whatever his name is now. He was there for a bit.
But yeah, that's a crazy little story. That was the Dunn story. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, Kenny was there for like 2 months. I mean, everyone taps into the PC, and sometimes it doesn't work out depending on who's in the regime, or just maybe it doesn't fit for you. But yeah, no, I'm glad that she made the move too. And even though I say it a lot facetiously and like jokingly and like an asshole, but I just again like I said last week, I wish like we can still have the competition and the tribalism and talk shit, but I did wish the PC could work with everybody
universally.
Yeah, and like everyone could get reps, and it's not exactly like working like a WWE style. You can still work your crazy style. Like anytime, like if Ricochet wanted to do some AEW shit, he could do it, and obviously he has the moveset for it. And so it's not about working a WWE style.
Which is funny.
It's about being able to learn to tell a story and like to take these bumps and not hurt people and make sure you don't injure people and shit, because so many random like and I mean, and it's part of the business too, but like if you're rusty or you're not that well in the ring and you're fighting somebody and you fucking injure them, then it's like fuck, dude. Like how are you supposed to learn, how are you supposed to progress
without having
if you're not,
and that's how she to be honest, that's how I think that's another reason how they lost her as well. Or maybe I think she already knew she was going to WWE, but she was also really close with Cody. Like Cody and Daniel was one of the two people that she was really close with in the back, and to leave with Cody was a no-brainer. Like, you brought me in, I've learned from you, I can trust you. I got a trusted person over there. I had a trusted person in Naomi over there. So she goes over and she's good. I do agree that the PC should be universal, and it's also funny because they do this shit anyway at like other little like wrestling, like little like warehouses or whatever. You always see them training with each other. I think the other aspect that people kind of think that, oh, well, I don't want anybody to be poached. Poaching is fucking trash. I don't agree with it, but I have seen like that's how the business operates. It's fucked up how it works, but it's like MLW could have this crazy superstar, and then Triple H will poach or somebody. I won't put that on his name, but somebody will poach somebody, and it happened from all the promotions. But the thing is, they're friends with each other. They're talking to each other about what other places offer anyway, so it's already happening to a sense.
And it's also a different sport, like because like I mean, it's not like it's not like if this was NFL or NBA, and the fucking Brooklyn Nets coach is taking LeBron into his suite in the middle of the season, even though he has a Lakers game the next day or something like that. It's like
it does happen in the sports world.
It does happen in the sports world, and poaching is bad. But like with wrestling, though, the caveat or the slight asterisk is that they are independent contractors. I mean, they do sign a contract to where like, yeah, I have to wrestle here for such and such years, and then have a non-compete clause. But also, they're independent contractors. So, I mean, what's the harm of saying like, yo, sending a text, but like, yo, when your shit's up, just come holler at me. I mean, I do see
because that's shifty. That's shifty. That's shifty.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I see that you over there. You happily married, but remember we had a good time.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Yeah, that's like that. Man,
that's trash.
When you get that, man, I just had a dream about you text.
Okay, that's crazy.
What was the dream about? Like, okay. Oh man, it reminds me of that meme that people use with Future on his phone, and it's like, man. It's like,
yeah.
I can't think of one on the top of my head right now, but yeah. Jade comes out. Jade comes out. She talks. She pretty much says the storm is coming. I don't really know what she didn't really say.
It was more so just an announcement of like she's here, she's ready to face. She said they have a great women's locker back there, but none of them is as great as her. Basically, just putting the locker room on notice and doing it in a fashionable style. Like she's here. That's an undeniable talent, bro.
Yeah. After that, we get a backstage thing with Damage Control. Dakota Kai is talking because obviously she's the mouthpiece, and she's like, Bianca and Naomi shouldn't have stuck their noses in our business. I thought Bianca would have learned after these last 2 years. The reporter asked about Jade, and Dakota was like, "What has Jade done besides show up and look pretty?" She hasn't done nothing, so I ain't worried. I ain't worried about it.
Which is crazy foreshadowing.
It's crazy foreshadowing. So then next we get another backstage thing real quick where it's the spooky ladies, spooky girls, and it looks like
spooky ladies.
It looks like they're slightly it looks like they're gonna change gimmicks because Isla Dawn, her hair is like Mary Jane Watson red right now, and they didn't look as gothy.
She was asking about their music. Yeah,
and she was respectfully, Isla was very busty last night, to where Nick Aldis was like looking, it was like because her things was thinging, respectfully. Her and Mickey James are tweeting right now, flirting with each other. And,
that's funny.
I'd pay to see that. Respectfully, but. Yeah, so it seems like they're gonna switch characters, which is cool. I just want them on TV because Alba Fire, is amazing talent. She is
mad wrestler.
She is fucking amazing, and Isla's good too. Isla's gotten a lot better, especially since she's been paired with Alba. So, yeah, again, like let's establish these tag teams and let's get like 6 good teams. And just let's get some shit planted. Let's get some shit cooking. Let's get some fucking shit going on. How many analogies do I say? Let's get something in rotation. Let's get it crack-a-lacking.
Crack-a-lacking.
Come on, dog. My dog.
My dog.
So after the ladies leave, AJ approaches Aldis and he's like, "Are you sure LA Knight's not here?" And fucking what Aldis says, fuck. Aldis says something to where AJ's reply is, "You should have told him not to be," instead of saying, I think he said like I suggested him not to be or something like that.
Yeah,
And AJ
he
was
said
like,
he asked him not to be here. Yeah,
he asked him. Okay, yeah, he asked him not to be here, and then AJ was like, "Well, you should have told him," which, that's a bar to me. And it's like, it's you a boss. You asked. I need you to tell.
Should have told him to be here.
Don't ask, tell.
Uh,
So after that, we get Waller versus the Street Profits. Waller in Theory versus the Street Profits.
Yeah, this one I have just a couple spots. Montez is a fucking superstar. We all know this. The man is just a grade A fucking talent. Crazy springboard spots. Dawkins had a dope powerbomb spot. The pop-up powerbombs, I just, like I said, I love powerbombs. That's just my shit.
Dawkins also shoulder checked the shit out of, I think it was either, I don't know which one it was, but it almost took out Corey Graves in the process. Shit was fire.
We then get a segment from Karrion Kross backstage attacking Bobby.
And B-Fab was attacked too.
B-Fab, yep, B-Fab was back there. And this is where the match loses it a little bit, where like Profits are distracted because they're like, oh my god, like, what happened to Bobby and them. Dawkins ends up walking away from the match, like he was heading to go backstage, and then as he's walking back, Tez gets rolled up for a pin from Theory. 1, 2, 3. That sends Waller and Theory to WrestleMania. From there, Bobby comes out because I'm pretty sure
AOP comes out and starts attacking Street Profits after the match is over.
And then Bobby comes out to help them.
Injured,
gets attacked by Kross.
Trying to look like I can still fight. I can still do this.
Yeah, and full brown corduroy. It's like, bro, what like?
I do, man. But
I don't know, man. I don't fucking know, bro.
He lets a weird white woman from Arizona dress him, and I just don't understand why.
You got to relax.
Bro, last week he came out in the Tom and Jerry fit, and this week he's just shirtless wearing some corduroys, bro. Like, who's dressing you, my nigga? Like, what is going on? Bro,
you gotta chill out, bro. If that man would have walk around in corduroy and be buff in corduroy, that's on him. It was just interesting, like, you bald, black with corduroy. So this is brown on brown on brown. It's crazy.
He needs to get back with MVP because his suit name is not hitting.
Man, this segment of this match just had me a little like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little tight, just because like the story with Bobby and Final Testament is just so dry to me right now, and because it's also funny because Kross comes out and says, "If I'm like, nobody's going to WrestleMania." I think that's what he had said when he attacked them. But there is no like there's no energy in this. Like there is no like.
No, that's because like
nothing.
Bobby's not charismatic. Not that charismatic. Kross is doing okay, but again, you got the two Sicilian bodyguards that don't really talk, wearing vests. You got the bald dude with the racist daughter, and you got the hot lady who, like, I don't know. It's not hitting that much for me either. I want this feud to be over with. And I was tight with this match. I was tight because I think Street Profits should have won, because we could have easily gotten a Greyson Waller effect again at Mania that sets up, like, I don't know, like a Stone Cold or someone to show up or whatever. Like they could have still been on the Mania card. But it's Theory's, or it's Austin's first Mania, so I can see why they would. But it's crazy to not have the Street Profits or LW or Legado. Like we'll get into it, but
I felt like Profits have been in filler for like the past year. Like what have we seen them like?
Ever since the tag team belts have been tied to, like, undisputed or whatever, Yeah, they haven't been doing anything because there hasn't been much to do. Like they had a couple bangers with the Usos, but the Usos had to retain because they had to retain for whatever bloodline reasons or whatever. Yeah, and now they're with Bobby and they're still not doing shit. At least shit of note.
And I'm looking over like their matches from this year, and there's nothing here that's like, that was a meaningful match. Like that was a good storyline changing match. And I don't like it, bro. Street Profits are way too dope. They put in way too much work off screen, as far as like body changing and, just getting right, that this is the segment that we're in. I get it. We are in Mania. Shit's already locked in. So once again, like what I say for everybody else, hopefully after Mania, we get them in a different light because they're a great tag team.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so yeah, after that we get Legado comes out. Santos is talking some cash shit. Outsmarted you all, and all it took was one phone call from someone else that hates you. And then Dom comes out, and Santos is like, you know what, man, you were right, because Dom told Santos about Ray a long time ago. Now and then LW comes out. Come out to Ray's music, I noted, because that's cool. I thought you guys were a group. And then so all of Legado and all of LWO is out, and plus Dom on Legato's side. So just a whole lot of Latin warfare, except for, which I didn't know. I think it was Cruz del Toro. One of them is not Latino.
Joaquin.
It's Joaquin. He's Filipino.
Yeah, Filipino.
Yeah, I
didn't know that. He said a non-Latino, and I was like, "Damn,
yeah,
that's a shot." And I looked it up, and like, he's Filipino.
Yeah, I did not know that.
It reminded me of hey, aren't you supposed to be Jamaican?
Yeah. Yeah. So Ray sets up a tag match. And we talked about it. I thought it was going to be gang versus gang, but it sets up a 2v2 with Santos and Dom versus Ray and his choice. And his choice is the newest member of LWO, which is Dragon Lee. And Carlito looked a little tight for a hot second.
Crowd wanted Carlito. Crowd was like chanting Carlito. Like,
yeah, what was the point of signing this man?
Do gang warfare.
Honestly,
that should have been it.
Yeah, it should have been
it's going to be gang warfare Mania. They're all going to come out in that Mania match anyway.
Yeah, I think Carlito is going to betray him, and if he does, he has every right to, because Ray's a deadbeat. He's
Carlito and Legado.
He's egotistical. He's narcissistic. He had a whole group come out to his music. You've been off the shelf for forever, and we're gonna come out to your music. Dom is right. He had the nerve to buy him a BMW, and it wasn't even a fucking S series.
What's an S series?
I don't know. Crazy. I don't know cars, man. But
you're doing TikToks with his daughter with his whole face exposed.
Yeah, his mask is off. Like, I guess kayfabe is dead now.
Undertaker sends somewhere pissed off right now,
man. But no, shout out to him for spending time with his daughter. At least he spent time with one of his children.
I mean, if I had to choose between my son and my daughter, you'd be fine, boy. It's all right. You grow up. The streets raise you.
Damn.
It was all jokes. That's fucking funny.
You can say, "Hey man, you gotta go. Hakuna Matata, my nigga."
Yeah, you can figure it out. When he pheasant in the interstate, you got it.
Dragon Lee comes out, and then we get a brawl. Some good shit.
Yeah, Dragon Lee has a dope little moonsault. The thing with Dragon Lee that I'm familiar with a little bit from Dragon Lee. Saw some of his NXT stuff. Saw some of his AEW stuff when he's doing stuff over there. Mm-hmm. I know that he's a super crazy, high flying luchador, but it's also like, as far as investment into him in LWO, not that much. Because even like the comments I was seeing was like, oh, I thought it was gonna be Andrade. I thought and that doesn't make any sense because Dom's been talking to Andrade on Judgment Day, so I knew that that didn't make sense. It wasn't gonna happen. But it's like we are more invested in this than we were into Dragon Lee. Like, I guess he's been on SmackDown in 2 weeks, either last week or the week before. Like, he's been around.
He was on SmackDown.
And he did get jumped.
Yeah, he was drafted to SmackDown, and then he was on SmackDown for a little bit, and then he went back to NXT for whatever reason, and now he's back. Yeah, it's been a weird like 4 or 5 months for him.
Overall, not bad. I'll take it.
I mean, it'll be a fine match.
It wraps up what seems to be a very multicultural Mania, and I kind of like it.
You calling it woke? Are you calling it DEI Mania?
DEI Mania, not DIY, DEI.
Hey, all these DEIs out here.
DEI. These DEIs. What you mean by that? These niggas.
Yeah. Look how the show ended. I know Fox was tight, man. I know Fox was tight with this ending.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Colors doing on my television. Yeah, Wokamania.
Wokamania. Nah, it's crazy. You know what's funny about that? Wokamania with Hulk Hogan making a guest appearance is fucking nuts, bro. Like,
what you gonna do, brother, when I say nigger, brother? What you gonna do when my hot dog skin touches my wife on porn video, brother?
Good Lord, man. Good fucking gracious. I don't like that man. I don't like him at all. It's crazy because he has a great theme song too, but I would never admit it to like anybody else.
No, I'll bump it during the Olympics, but other than that, that's the most patriotic I will ever be. Is during the Olympics. It's Team USA every fucking day. But as soon as that shit stops, I'm just another black man in America.
Oh, fuck. Obama during the Olympics is the truest shit ever. Because let it be like some LeBron Team Nike shit. I got it. Team USA shit.
Yeah. I wanna be American. Yeah, bro. During the Olympics, that shit hits.
Yeah.
Any other time, it's like, ugh, racist.
Nah. You strike it off like
it's MAGA music, nigga.
That's funny because in the song it's like when it comes crashing down. It's just a fucking foreshadow at the fucking January 6th. That's fucking wild, bro. That's funny. And it hurts inside. That's funny.
Okay. All right.
I gotta be a man. I can't let it slide. I am a real American. That's fucking wild.
It is. Yeah, so we saw the brawl, Latin warfare. We get a backstage segment with Bianca and Naomi, and they talking shit, and it's just it's a hashtag I love black women. It was it's so refreshing to just see the representation and it being repped well and not super stereotyped or anything like that. It just seemed like two lovely black women having good conversation. And they dropped a Babs reference.
They did. There was a Babs reference. There was definitely a Babs reference. No, there was it was a Snickers commercial, and it was Street Profits and what is her name? They're in NXT.
Altamud,
OTM. And I was like, I see representation. Getting the NXT dudes on the commercials. I like it.
Wrestling is for the niggas. Wrestling is for the niggas. At least right now. Oh, this melanin.
I'm trying to like design the shirt in my head. WTN and the NWO logo like format or font. Wrestling is for the niggas. Like oh man, I sell a lot of shirts with that.
FTN, yeah, for the niggas. Trademark TM. For
FTN. We got to be careful with that.
No, that's trademarked. But no, it's trademarked. TM.
That's funny.
But yeah, we get some Black Girl Magic. Love it. It sets up for the main event, which would be Bianca versus Dakota Kai. After that, we get another backstage segment, and it's Judgment Day. And everyone is essentially they're all like, everyone is feeling a sense of lack of communication from everybody else.
I sense a breakup.
Yeah, Rhea's like, Dom, we talked about this last week. Why didn't you tell me that you were going to do this stuff with an other faction? And again, he's like, sorry, mommy, I just wanted to impress you. I just wanted to impress Judgment Day. And then Finn's like, well, do you have anything else you want to us? He's like, I think I need a hospital or some shit. So then Big Head takes him out to the infirmary. And then Dom is like, Mania is not only important for us as a group, but it's important for us as individuals. And then Rhea's like, well, do you have something you want to tell me? And
you have something you want to say over here?
Yeah, Finn Balor's like, look, all that matters is that we win this shit. And we show that Judgment Day runs WWE, essentially. But now, it was hinted that Damian might cash.
We're going to pause. So, I'm okay with this. If Judgment Day disbands, I'm fine. Because we got to do something with Priest in his briefcase. It's been on him for way too long. And to be fair, it hasn't been his fault. Like, the shit's been booked up in weird fucking spots. Second, I want Finn Balor back. And I want singles run Finn Balor back. Third, maybe I don't want a complete breakup. I want a reconfiguration of what Judgment Day is.
Because I don't want the song to change. I don't want that song to disappear.
Yeah. That's fair.
That song is worth keeping a Judgment Day. Now, whether it's like the Temptations and you just got to rotate a couple niggas out, hey, that's fine. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. Get these niggas out of here.
Ain't nobody bigger than the group. Yeah. And the thing is, let's play it again to where, like, who does Damian cash it in on? I'm assuming
Seth and
it happens at Mania. I'm assuming it's Seth and fucking Drew. Any possibility that you think Damian walks out of Mania as champion?
I am still of the belief that it might happen the Monday after Mania. But if it happens at Mania, it would make sense due to CM Punk being on commentary. I can see CM Punk because, he said he couldn't be. It's hard to, what do you say about the dipshits? It's hard to not, whatever the fucking line was. So I could see him saying, fuck it. Go scorch earth and fuck both of you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really a hater, and you really petty, it's fuck both of y'all.
Let Damian come in to that Raw as, the World Heavyweight Champion, and him and Mommy both got the gold in Judgment Day. It puts them in a different stratosphere.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to keep it for a long time either.
No. I'm done with the whole year like fucking champions.
But yeah, no,
3 to 6 months.
I honestly think at the moment, the way that if I'm testing the waters at the moment, I think they're gonna lose the tag team titles. I think Rhea might lose.
Oof,
and I think
hurt my soul.
And I think that's what's going to that's what's going to actually jumpstart the breakup, because what happens when they lose all they shit at once? And Damian's the only person who has something, which is the fucking briefcase. And let's say I
don't need y'all.
And then he wins it. Let's say he wins it. And now that's the only goal they have. And then maybe he gets too big. Maybe his ego gets too big. And now he's for sure the leader and all this other shit. And it just doesn't sit right with the rest of them. Because Rhea's like, I think, you gonna tell me what the fuck to do or something? I mean, there's other ways they can do it, but I like the way that they're all worried and all this other shit. I for sure think the tag team belts are going.
Yeah, and we agree on that.
Yeah, the Rhea and Becky thing, I'm back and forth with. Because Rhea could always get her look back. Becky's doing a crazy ass book tour, so her having the title while signing books, that's a good look for promotion stuff. So
also a lot of work doing book tour and being champion tour.
Yeah, but I mean,
you can do it.
It's Becky Lynch. So I could see that happening. I could see that scenario.
But also in contract year too, to where you still haven't signed yet, and it's like your June is fucking what, 2 months, 3 months. Yeah, at this point in time, 2 months. So it's like
she gonna sign. She ain't gonna go to TNA or AEW. She gonna sign.
Yeah. Okay. At this point, I think dope move would be to have Priest cash in at Mania and him come out of Mania as champion. I think that would change the trajectory of a lot of shit. Because right now we're also like steadfast on fucking Drew coming out as champion, to where if that's not the case at all, I don't know anything anymore. And I like being like thrown off guard.
My thing is, okay, the only thing is, do you do the cash in on Mania? Because Seth is the only person to ever cash in on Mania. So do you do that again, or do you just let Seth have the only cash in at Mania moniker for a while? You know, because Damien again could cash in. Like, I mean, well, shit. I mean, he could. It would have to be night 2. So, otherwise, because he can't cash in night 1, otherwise the Drew and Seth match don't happen.
Yeah, it has to be night 2. Now that'd be funny, bro. He robbed you for the title of night 1. It would be the dumbest shit ever. Yeah, but it has to be night 2.
It would have to be night 2. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can see him doing it Monday and be like, Seth comes out, Seth retains, do some crazy shit, and he cashes in on Monday.
Didn't we ever wait? Did we get a meetup between Drew and Damien? Like, didn't they?
They worked together during. Yeah, they were beefing during like War Games and shit because they worked together during War Games.
Huh. Okay.
Because Damien didn't want Drew on the team, but Rhea's like, we should have Drew on this team. Or whatever the fuck it was, and yeah.
So they were trying to recruit. They were going to recruit Drew.
It seemed like it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long-term storytelling.
Oh, yeah, man. But yeah. So yeah, after that, we get a quick bloodline thing. Paul Heyman says, what happened on Monday was orders by The Rock, which I'm glad they answered that question. Or not The Rock, I'm sorry. It was orders by the Tribal Chief.
Yeah.
What The Rock did was orders by the Tribal Chief. What Jade did was orders by the Tribal Chief. What Solo's going to do to Jay next week is orders by the Tribal Chief. Because Jimmy's like, yeah, you're not going to make it to Mania because orders of the Tribal Chief. Solo's going to take you out next week. So we get Solo and Jay next week, which is
dope.
Yeah, it's dope. Jay's going to win. If it doesn't go to a DQ, Jay's going to win. But I'm expecting a brawl regardless. Also, the first hour of Raw next week is no commercial
free,
which I'm expecting some crazy shit. I'm expecting some crazy shit.
I think
because The Rock and Roman are supposed to be there on Monday as well.
Yeah, because it's in Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken. It's in New York. I think this is dope because just from a real life aspect, it's like you get to face your brother right before they do the brother versus brother match at WrestleMania. So you've always been a part of the storyline, but you now get your match right before Mania. So it's a dope just from an aspect like looking back on it and then telling that story to like their family and their kids is gonna be fucking great.
Yeah. So yeah, that was cool. Then AJ comes out, he does a promo, he's talking shit. He says he knows LA's here. Then a decoy guy comes out, like jumps the barricade, wears a hoodie or whatever. It's clearly not LA. So yeah, security gets him out. AJ tosses him out. And then you see LA slightly right there behind him, dressed as not the cameraman, because AJ did accuse one of the cameramen earlier.
He just looks like ring crew. He looks like a ring crewman.
Yeah, ring crewman. Takes his shit off and beats the break off of AJ until he almost hits him with a chair, but AJ escapes. And LA Knight starts cooking on the mic.
I love the distraction angles. I love the when you're like the ring gear or you're the cameraman. Those are just some creative. They're really funny to me. I like it. It's the same thing as like Sting wearing the Sting mask in the crowd. Like
and
just dope
and they did it again to where it like. LA takes off his disguise slowly behind AJ, but AJ looks at the fucking camera or the Tykatron and sees that he's behind. Like, they're again self-aware or just being aware in general of that, the fact that you're in a goddamn universe that has cameras everywhere and there's a fucking TV screen that you can see.
Yeah, I think he points like, "See, he's right there," and he turns around. That's when he gets attacked. Yeah.
So good shit. So yeah, it seems like that might be a trend, and I'm here for the lack of making people look stupid, especially if it does, like if it makes sense. It's the same reason. It's like when the audience starts screaming, "Oh!" and it's like someone's coming up, and it's like, turn the fuck around. You don't hear the crowd saying, "Oh my god!"
Right.
So yeah, after that we get the main event, which is Bianca versus Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai comes out alone to her own music, which her song sounded pretty fire too. I need to re-listen to it, but it didn't sound so super generic. When I was listening to it last night, but I need to rehear it through like earphones or whatever. But what'd you think about it? The song or the match. I mean,
yeah, I didn't pay attention to the song. I have to check that out for sure. But couple quotables in here. There was something on the commentary that says almost the newest leader of Damage Control.
Yeah, I heard that.
Caught that. Yeah. Okay. My takeaway from this is that Bianca is still sharp as hell. Yeah. Like she's like, I think, and this is my general like comparison. I think we look at like Bianca and she gets the LeBron treatment to where like you're so fucking good that we just take it like that's just who you are and don't actually sit back and realize that nobody else in the world can fucking move like you do. Bianca has everything from fucking speed, power, technicality, like charisma, fucking mic skills, like overall package in a superstar. Like she has everything. Like, and it's crazy, even with like, standing next to like, a Jade, and Jade is physically sharp and cut and whatnot. Like Bianca is still a crazy fucking specimen.
Dude, her abs weird, right now look, her abs, it looks like you can crack eggs on them. Like, I don't think she's had sugar in like 2 months. Like that's how good her body looks right now. Like her abs are fucking killing it.
She's solid right now. Yeah, and she's there. Like don't take this for granted, bro. Like this is a one of one kind of situation. The fact that we're getting what we're getting right now, it's a setup. I haven't said it yet, but like we're getting the match at Mania. This is a great time. Yeah, it's an amazing time.
Yeah. So real quick, I mean, during the match, or just the match. So yeah, Bianca was making Kai look strong, and Kai is a great seller. Kai's amazing. I'm so glad to see her back in the ring because I really like Dakota Kai. She's great. She hits her with a cool ass scorpion kick. It was a good ass match.
It was a superplex spot that was fucking dope.
Yep. We get some shit happens, but yeah, essentially we get the KOD for the win. It would have been weird if we got anything else. Right. We get the KOD for the win. Then the Kabuki Warriors come out of like literally instantly. So for a hot second, I was like, was Bianca even supposed to win? Because the Kabuki Warriors literally appeared out of thin air and it looked like they tried to break up the pin. And it was just like
they did
millisecond. Yeah, it was milliseconds too late. So a part of me was like, was she even supposed to win or what the fuck? But the music played. The match went through. Or whatever. So yeah, the Kabuki Warriors start attacking, and then we get a 3v2 because Naomi comes out to help. But the number game, just it's too much at the time, and then that's when the Storm comes out. Jade comes out. She big boots the shit out of. I think it was a strong big boot to Asuka, like straight, straight to the sternum. Like, sit your ass down. Pretty much beats the break out of all three of them until all three are standing strong. All three beautiful black queens standing strong in the ring as the Damage Control escapes, and all three women, like a stagger. Yeah, they point to the sign like a stagger position, and that's the shot, or that's the shot that I chose for my screenshot or my ABI this week, because I legitimately slightly teared up seeing that, just again because of the representation, and I know what this I know what Kofi Mania meant for me as a black male. I know what moments like this, like the Bianca and Mercedes Mania moment. Moments like this, I know what this means to black women
And you know what's crazy? It's
cool
like I
shit.
know what it means to black women, to also like black men, and just the black
Yeah, just
community.
black people in general.
But then also like other POCs to where like they think that like, man, I can be up there one day. Like we grew up in an era of wrestling where like our dopest tag teams was DX and NWO, and those are just white men groups, and we didn't have no problem with like feeling like, damn, they're cool, I want to be like them. To where now it's in the reverse. In the power positions, like you have these three women pointing at the Mania sign, getting their Mania moment together.
Yeah.
Like
all beautiful. They're all shaped differently. Technically, they're all slightly different shades. It's just really cool shit.
It is. It's really dope. And to be honest, it's really dope just for like the aspect of wrestling in general. It's like, it's Bianca, Jade, Naomi, Mercedes, Willow. Like there's Amanada's is main eventing at, not main event, but she's on the card at RH. Like black women, Athena, like black women in wrestling is up right now. Like
it's up.
When all we had back in the day was Jacqueline and like Jazz, like that was it in the 90s.
Yeah,
bro.
and they were killing it, and they did kill it. Yeah. But to see this, I mean, fucking for Stand and Deliver, we get two black men main eventing, which that rarely ever, that's only happened so many times that
FTN, FTN
for the niggas. But
like bro.
I'm like it's what I don't know. I was in my
it's a great time to be a black wrestling fan.
Yeah, absolutely. I was in my feels for like a hot second, and I was like, man, this cider is hitting because I'm starting to tear up. It's like it was just so beautiful. It's just so cool.
And normally I'd be like, man, like, oh, they're always putting black people together in groups and stuff like that. But after like, just sitting and thinking about it, like, no, this is just a dope spot. It feels different. This doesn't feel like a VKM, like pair up and like, this is just what it is. Like, this feels like a power move. This feels like a shift in everything.
Yeah. And
it was more like,
and the seeds were planted weeks ago because we talked about it.
Because you called it out.
Yeah. Last week I was like, this is probably this. I think this is the match we're going to get. Which again makes sense. It's similar to when we were talking about Ronda, like her first match, her first Mania match. It was a tag match. Like this, I mean, clearly Jade is super progressed in the ring, but her first match being a tag match, if you don't count Royal Rumble, it's still a good look to where it still gets you comfortable.
And it's man, and you're right.
She's working with great talent.
That's the point. Like it's orchestrated by people in that ring who know what the hell they're doing.
Similar to the
Naomi,
you
got Bianca, you got Asuka, who's like one of the safest people in the rings. Dakota knows what she's doing. Kari has there's no better place to like be in this match, and they're gonna cater to you. They're gonna make sure you're comfortable.
Yeah, and they're gonna make sure that she looks great. Yeah, she's surrounded by 5 really talented fucking superstars who are all great. Like they're all great sellers. They're all safe. They're all good workers. They all have great movesets, charisma, yada yada yada. Like, you can't set this up better. So
this is funny because it's kind of. I remember we had talked like a couple of episodes ago where everybody was mad, like, "Oh, Naomi better not be getting put in no weird like XYZ," and now come to find out like this is the moment. Like she has a Mania match. She comes back and gets a Mania match.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think of a lot of Naomi Mania matches.
I can't. Is that when she beat Alexa, or was that SummerSlam?
Like I don't think Naomi has been in WrestleMania.
At least not
in like.
Yeah, I know she won the Battle Royal one time.
Yeah, she wins the Battle Royal at WrestleMania.
Yeah, the fucking trophy that looks like a vulva. I hope they get rid of that shit.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Wow. Yeah. So this is good. It's good. Yeah.
First black wrestler to win the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, and the thing is, like, he's maybe, just maybe, the. Actually, no, I know for a fact. Actually, I don't know for a fact. Maybe the walkout was because of VKM and their producers of what the fuck they were saying. Maybe Hunter was like, I know Hunter likes Mercedes and Naomi. Like
that was one of Mercedes is one of his
that's
gals.
one of his So like maybe that was the angle. Maybe VKM and his boys really fucked that shit up and forced the the walkout. And I've been at jobs before where it's like, bro, I don't feel appreciated. It's just bullshit. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. At the end of the day, I love what I do, but I gotta stand up for me. So I understand the walkout. I would never dog anybody for walking out of a position that you just don't feel accepted or anything like that.
Right.
But I'm glad to see it all come back full circle. You get this Mania moment. You're gonna be pushed. Hopefully, you get pushed right. Hopefully, the women's division, looks strong as it should be. And we're seeing the seeds be planted. So
yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm just ready for Mania, man. I'm ready.
1 more week or 2 weeks?
No, it's
next week, right?
It's next week.
Yeah,
we here.
Oh damn, fucking shit! It's Mania's next week. This is gonna be great.
Our first Mania, bro. Yeah. But yeah, that's Smackdown, and that is our show tonight. Everybody.
That is it.
Or today. I don't know why I said tonight. That's our show, you guys.
Yeah.
Take us out, Loner T.
5 times. Actually, 5 times 2 is 10, which is episode 10. Now, can you dig that, sucker? Thanks again, everybody, for checking out the episode. That was episode 10. We're gonna end off with the question of the week was like favorite themes. If you made it this far, definitely drop your favorite themes. We want to know what you got in there. If you got some more Rikishi remixes in there, if you got
put a little ass on it,
put a little stank on it,
put a little ass on it, you guys.
Put a little ass on it.
I'm telling you, listen to that. Open a bottle of wine. Take a bubble bath. I'm telling you, it's fire.
Take a little bubble bath, put a little ass on it. That's funny, man. We're gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, you guys. Keep tuning in with us. Subscribe, definitely follow. Socials will be updated. We're on Twitter, we're on TikTok, we're everywhere that you are. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Too sweet,
sucker.